Glad to see you guys here, and thank you for being here with Andre and Andres Love Crossing Borders. Let me turn that music down a little bit. Thank you guys for your patience. Like, as soon as I get ready to go live, had issues. But we're back on track. Wi-Fi is looking great. Camera's looking good. So, hey, shout out to you guys once again. Shout out to all you patient men once again. Finally, after what, 5-6 years of mocking us, tearing us down, belittling us, calling us crazy. You men are crazy for leaving Canada. You're crazy for leaving the United States. You're crazy for leaving the UK. And then they say, you gotta be doing it for the women. It must be the women out there. Gotta be that. And then we showed them that it wasn't just about the ladies. And then they say, you know what? It's you're only going to third world countries and you're getting poor women that live in huts and tin roofs. Some of them come straight from the Amazon jungle. That's what they said about us for years. Didn't matter if it was Black Passport Bro members or White Passport Bro members, ex-military, digital nomads, didn't matter. If you left the plantation of the United States, you were mocked. It's kind of funny now how times have changed. And now fast forward under the auspices and umbrella of President Trump, in the wars that have been taking place, over 9 attacks on 9 different countries since he's taken office, it's costed Americans in the hundreds of billions of dollars just to keep up this facade of these wars. That caused the economy to go up, and that caused the dollar to drop, as we're seeing here in Colombia and other countries. And at the end of the day, now everybody's starting to look at us. Maybe those passport bros and those blue book gentlemen, maybe those expats and digital nomads, maybe those ex-military guys were on to something. They left the country, didn't they? They're living quality lives. I don't hear about any of them living in jungles or in huts. The photos and videos that we see has nothing to do with huts. And yes, the women that these guys are with are gorgeous and submissive, and cooperative, and fit and feminine and friendly. In other words, there is more and more videos that are coming out all over social media to where men and women are starting to say the passport bros were right. We are going to take time out tonight to look at some of those videos because, like I said, it's not just men that's saying that, but it's women that's starting to realize that, you know what, the guys are right. The way that the women behave in the West, I wouldn't want to be here either. Even LGBTQ women don't want women in the West anymore. I'll say that again. You've got LGBTQ women that says, I'd rather go back to being a straight woman instead of having to go through the headaches of dating one of them. That's how bad the dating scene is in the West. So when we sit back and we see men and women confessing on bended knee that the passport bro movement, well, we don't want to admit it, but looks like they were right. This is a time to, we could say I told you so, but hey, Americans, we told you so. You decide to stay there in that mockery and muck. So we're going to sit back tonight and almost in celebration of how many people are starting to understand why many of us who are expats decided to relocate to other countries. But you already know before we do that, we got to get some shout outs going to you guys. especially all you guys that were patient with your boy tonight. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for all 34 you guys. I want to say something, man. I want to say something, and I really mean it. Let me turn the music off for a second. For all you guys that are here early, I'm going to come back to the music for a second. I want to say I love you, and I want to say thank you. Some of you guys have been with us the whole 7 years we've been on social media. Some of you guys have seen the evolution of Andre and I's marriage. We haven't changed except for the better. Some of you guys are newcomers to Love Crossing Borders, where we help you find love across borders or fall in love with the borders that you cross. And we want to say thank you. We just celebrated our 7th year this past April. And we just want to say to you guys that all you guys that support by way of Patreon, all you guys that support by way of Cash App, Super Chats, all you guys I get a chance to meet when you come to Cali, Colombia, and you're at the airport and you're kind of nervous and you see my face and you're like, okay, I'm going to be all right. All you guys that come down here, just hang out with us to watch soccer games, even if you're from Medellin or you're from other areas. All you guys that read and purchased the books that I put out. All you individuals that have joined by memberships, whether it be Patreon or whether it be the YouTube. All you guys that have subscribed to Andrea's channel as well as this channel. You guys were with us when we had over 7 channels. And then we lost 5 of them. And yet we didn't give up. And you guys stood by us. And so I just want to take a second out to get mushy and just say thank you, gentlemen, for being who you are. Great examples of manhood. I never hear anything negative about you guys. Whatever country you go to, I haven't heard about you guys getting drugged, locked up, scammed, robbed. You haven't looked at it as if you're mature enough to know that every day is not going to be perfect. No matter what country you go to, you understand that life is going to keep lifing, and yet you continue to travel and relocate. I love to see you guys who are having babies now and kids, the passport bros juniors, if you will. I am so proud of men. We men, ain't we? We men, ain't we? I'm so happy for us, man. Shout out to you guys. I mean that. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I kid you not. I do not take you guys for granted. When I say me and Andre keep you guys lifted up in prayer, we really do. We really do, guys. So we do not take any of us for granted. From the quiet brothers that we meet to the guys that are animated like me that we meet. We appreciate all you guys. Let's get ready with a shout out because, hey, we got a great show tonight. And we got our Florida brother right out the gate coming in.
We in Tampa, boy. 813, Trigger City. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Bring that Tampa back one more time.
We in Tampa, 813, Trigger City. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Yes, sir. We got Florida Gator in the building. Shout out to you, brother. Glad to see that you're here. Florida Gator says this. I'm sure I got the right music on. Okay, cool. I got the right music on. All right. He said, good day to you, Dre. He said, hope all is well. Looking forward to the stream, man. We're going to have a great show tonight. Great show. This show is just us men who travel having bragging rights. I'll say that again. You know how the Knicks already realized for the next year plus, they're going to be bragging about their championship. Just like other teams that have won the Super Bowl have bragging rights. Passport bros, blue book gentlemen, expats, digital nomads, all you ex-military guys, all you contractors that do contract work in other countries, you got bragging rights tonight. Tonight is your night to brag. The I told you so moments are at hand. These people mocked and laughed at us and talked crazy about us. Now everybody want to leave the United States now. Everybody want to find a way to work digitally. Everybody want to reach out to Theo and find how they can get in Theo's class with cloud engineering and any other thing that they can do to work online, AI, anything. to get out the United States. It's funny how the tables have turned. How the tables have turned. Shout out to you, brother. And David Dice of the Dice family. Hey, Dave, I sent you that video, the one with Coach Greg Adams with all the ladies. The one that I made, that montage with Coach Greg Adams versus MTR. Then I had all the beautiful ladies from around the world in that video. I sent you that email earlier today. So let me know if you got it. He said, I'm speaking for myself. He said, I don't know how my brothers feel about 90% of the 90% stay in America. Yeah, they need to stay. Yeah. He say in the quality, 10% of us move overseas and don't want these dudes, the other 90%, to come and ruin these countries. I want a fresh start overseas. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. That's how I look at it. That's why you do not see me promoting Americans. Come on out. Hey, you should be out here with us. No, you don't. 90% of y'all need to stay right where you are. Yes, sir. Keep them right there. Shout out to my brother Black Nubian in the building. Canadian brothers are at it again.
I told this guy where I was from. He said, oh, Canada.
Oh, Canada. Yes, sir. I love Canada. I cannot lie, man. I got so many good memories driving up 401 from Detroit. 401 is a straight shot from Detroit. Once you cross the bridge of Canada or take the tunnel, 3 hours later, you don't have to make any turns. You just drive straight down 401 and you are in Toronto 3 hours later. And I'm telling you, man, you talking about having some good Caribbean food. If you can't make it to the Caribbean and you live in Detroit, you need to be going up to Toronto. Yes, sir. And shout out to my brother, the Medellin man, the Medis. He says this, T-Back in the building. Glad to see you here, my brother. He said, thank you, brother, for introducing us to the community of quality people. He said, I was out with Will. Shout out to Will, my boy. Today, trying to get a bank account open for our foundation. You've been telling me about that. He said, I met my local, and when you get everything set up, T-Mac, if you guys want to come on the show and talk about it and promote the foundation that you guys are doing to help young people in Medellin, let me know, man. I got you guys back in more ways than one. I kid you not. He said, I met my local community. He said, I met my local community because of you. What? I will take that blessing. Me and Andre, we will take that blessing, man. We like to see brothers coming together, man, and working in the new communities in which we live in. You guys know we've been donating to the Children's Cancer Foundation here every December, all the way through maybe February, March. Every year we do a fundraiser for the Children's Cancer Foundation here in Cali, Colombia. During COVID, we gave away, dude, our room was nothing but filled with dried food, boxes of dried food. And so there was a doctor who would come in his car and pick it up because, you know, it's COVID. Nobody can deliver it. But that doctor could pick it up and take all the food to the impoverished communities in Cali, Colombia. So we've been donating and giving for the longest. And then Ace Live said, man, I watched y'all giving. I said, let me start giving. So that's when he started giving in Colombia, and he started giving food away and giving money away in Venezuela. And Ace has been just donating for years. So shout out to Ace Live for all the donations that he gives throughout the world. Shout out to Kenny People in the building. About that video you sent me, Kenny. He said, Dre, good topic. He said, I'm looking into travel more in Central and in the South, since it's not far. And the reason I'm preparing my first funeral in the morning. My condolences, brother. In the morning, he said, God always reminds us our time is ticking. That's true, bruh. He said, being ready tomorrow. Once again, my prayers and my condolences. When I get off the show, I will keep your family in prayer tonight when Andre and I have our prayer this evening. But I kid you not, man, I understand a lot of you guys are at that stage and age where you're having older loved ones and family members pass on. And so that's why I tell you guys, hey, if you don't have anybody at the house to holler at, call your boy. If you got my number, most of you do got my number. If you got my number, man, you ain't got nobody to talk to, man, hit me up, dog. You got a brother with an ear. I kid you not, I've been there. I know what it's like to lose dads, moms, aunties, grandmamas. So I know what you guys are going through. So hit me up if you can't catch up with any of the other brothers, man. That such as the T-Max and the Wheels. So shout out to those brothers. Let me get over here real quick. Johnny is in the building. He must be doing something right tonight. He says, shout out to Dre, also to the chat room here. Hashtag chat lives matter. Yes, sir. Chat lives do matter here. Make sure you guys click that like button. We like you. We really do. Make sure you like us too, because you know who's coming next.
Oprah coming next. What I established this as a place of truth?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We have established this as a place of truth, so Oprah will be coming next. And make sure you guys continue to support on the Patreon. The few of us who got together yesterday on the Patreon, it is so great, man. And I know some guys are paid members, some guys aren't paid members. For like the first month or two while we're on Patreon, once a week, every Monday at 7 o'clock Eastern. Man, we have really good subject matter, really good topic, man. We talked about men's mental health last night because this month is men's mental health month, the month of June. And we talked about the countries that men are going to that help them when it comes to their mental health. There are certain countries that help men out the most compared to other countries when it comes to your mental health. And we know the Western countries aren't on the list, but many of the countries that we do go to are on the list. So if you're not doing anything on a Monday night, guys, when I send out the link to Patreon, just join us over on Patreon, man. On a Monday night, it's only going to be an hour. It's just an hour and a half of just quiet conversation, man. Really good topic, man, that we had last night. Really good topic. Let me scroll down a little further because I got my brother Rico in the building. Good evening, Dre, in chat. Good evening. We got 64 people in the building already. Shout out to you guys. I may not be getting a chance to get a shout out to everybody. May not get a chance, but I do get a chance to give a shout out to my brother, Mr. Milner. Yes, sir. I get a chance to give him a shout out to him. Salute to you, kind sir. Salute to you as well. Glad to see you here. And I've always got to have a special salute for our brother in the Philippines, Ronin Travelers, man. Ronin, I've been dropping your videos. I took the interview and I chopped it up into sections. And now your videos have been, the sections, I've dropped them up in like 15-minute sections. So if you guys want to check out on the Patreon, Ronin, let me go pull that up real quick so Ronin can see it. And so you guys can see it. He's got some quality information that he shared with us a few weeks ago, man. I kid you not. Quality information. So let me pull this screen up real quick. Screen share. For the guys that are part of the Patreon, shout out to you guys. Let me move this out of the way. That's our video for today. And let's go here and bring this back here. All right. Let me move me out of the way, move Ronin out of the way. So Ronin has several videos and you can get the videos in a set. So each video that instead of looking at a whole 4-hour live stream, you can actually watch each video. It's only 15, 20 minutes long. Like this one is scheduled for next week. And then you have this one scheduled for next Monday. This one is scheduled for this Saturday. You have this one scheduled for in a couple days. And I think that's this Saturday. And we have this one here, what we did last night. This is the one that we did last night where a black man moving, and they're not just black men, but most men are moving too. And so I had the list. What I did was I actually created a list of information and the stats that we talked about last night of countries that give you peace. And then I have the list of those actual countries right there. Right there, the top 12 countries that men are going to for peace of mind. There are countries that we go to for a piece of coochie, but there are countries that we go to for peace of mind. And then right here, of course, in the Patreon, how to find remote or overseas contract work. We have that right there. That's broken down to 16 minutes. And also I have right here, I have the article on how to get government contract work, what happens after you're hired, your roadmap to success. I have a bonus downloadable right here. I have if you click on here, You have the recruiting websites. So if you're looking to get hired, I have those recruiting websites where you can submit your application if you're looking to get hired overseas. I'll also have the listing of 300 online jobs that will allow you to work from anywhere in the world. That's a part of this one right here. Right here. So that one's already available. And then you have another one, Living Abroad with Ronan, right here, step by step. And I also got some websites for you guys to take advantage of that Ronan was talking about. And so each one of them comes with an article, and I tried to find in videos, because of the video that you click on. What are you doing in here? Hurry up. Bada bing, bada boom. And I'm like, and you scroll right here, and you got a short article that kind of describes a little bit what Ronan was talking about in each one of the videos. And then we have another one right here. Our first one, we're first talking about this topic, about how to choose your country, health and medication preparation, you know, the utilities and infrastructures in a country, what's your monthly budget going to look like, and the to-do list before you leave your home country, such as the United States. So I have all that stuff in there. We've got a bunch of other things. Another remote work. How can I find remote work? We got the video here, as well as, once again, I've got the websites, the hyperlinks. Man, I'll be doing a lot of homework for y'all, dog. I got love for y'all. I swear, man, I be so jealous of y'all, dog. I be creating this stuff, and at the same time, I be jealous. Cause man, then nobody had this stuff, man, when I was traveling. So I think from that perspective, I really do. I think from the perspective of, if I was starting all over from scratch, what information would I want to have? And that's what we put in the Patreon. So shout out to all you guys that support the channel that way of joining the Patreon. Of course, you gotta have you got the free tier, and you get a newsletter, and you get to be a part of the videos that we do, live streams that we do on Monday. But if you want all that information, all you gotta do is just join the $5, $15, and if you want to support even more, there's even a $50 tier for you guys to support the channel and help us continue on what we're doing. But I'm going to continue to grow that Patreon, because I want it to be a one-stop shop for all that you guys need when it comes to relocating to other countries. So shout out to all you guys. And shout out to Ronan. Shout out to Ronan Travel. Now let me go back down to our brother Ronan and give him a shout out. Salute to Ronan Travelers. Yes, sir. Salute to you, brother. Yes, sir. Hey, shout out to 313 Nate. I'm going to just do a few more because we got so many people in here. We've got 64 in the building. I want to do a few more shout outs. Shout out to 313 Nate, them Detroit boys.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
From Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me. He said, I'm doing well, Dave. Oh, he's talking to Dave. Let me not dip in somebody else's, because we got my man Geechee Man in the building. Glad to see that you're here, Geechee. Hope you're having a great day. He says, salute. Salute to you, brother. He said, I know and demand you value black. He said, I know and demand you value black men. Yes, sir. Appreciate that, brother. Really appreciate that. And my brother Tori in the building, Mr. Brown himself. He said, good evening, Dre and chat family. Love you all. Love you too, brother. Really do. Do not take any of us for granted. I do not take any of us for granted, especially Black Empowerment 01 is in the building. Black Empowerment 01. Glad to see that you're here, brother. Glad to see that you're here. Man, I am so glad we got the camera fixed. But you guys that weren't here for about a year, I had the camera lens set up incorrectly, so I was always dark. So if you guys go back like 6 months ago, you would notice the live stream was a lot denser, a lot darker. And just one day, I was like, after the live stream, I said, I'm done. I'm going to find out what I need to do to get this camera lens exactly like it needs to be, because we have a DSLR. If this is $1,000 camera, there's no way in the world we should have dense and darkness. And so it took me to about 6 o'clock in the morning. But I am so glad we finally got the camera looking right with that creamy, blurry background included. So shout out to you guys that were patient with us when I didn't have the camera quite right. And shout out to my brother Slick with it. Glad to see you here. What up, though, brother? Having a good night, man. Having a good night. Yes, sir. Because we got Jay Anderson, the great, in the building. I'm going to do 2 more shout outs. We got 71 of you guys here. And I really don't want to hold you guys up too late, but I do want to get to this topic. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. This is a day for us to be bragging, gentlemen. He said, I'm from the sewers of Brooklyn. Shout out to the New York. I didn't know that, Black and Prominent. And salute to you, Jay Anderson, the great. Glad to see that you're here. He said, salute to you, Big Bro Dre. He said, LCB. Cuckoo. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got Leon Gaines in the building, guys. So we're going to have a good night tonight. He says, Dre in the chat. Dre rocking the red. Yes, sir. That felt like a red and blue day. Yes, sir. Like a red and blue day. Shout out to Jaman. Jaman says this. He said, what up, big brother and chat family? Glad to see that you guys are here. Glad to see all you guys are here, man. And last one but not least that I'm going to give a shout out to, because there's so many people here, I'm going to give a shout out to my man Charles B. Salute to you also, kind sir, for being here. Now, shout out and salutes to all you guys that are here. I didn't get a chance to give a shout out to, but I really want to get to tonight's topic. Let's get ready to get started. Let me change the music up. Let me change the music. And as I was saying, for the last 3, 4, 5 years, everybody, especially in the States, have been bitter with the fact that men have discovered that they have options. Many of us actually thought that at least the men in the United States and Canada would be happy for us, right? You know, we thought men would understand that why we got our passports and we're relocating to other countries and taking advantage of options, whether it be geo arbitrage, better housing, whether it be a better infrastructure with some of you guys that live in China, Japan, Malaysia. We thought that at least the guys understood that we are going to other countries that have some of the most beautiful women in the world, no matter if it's in Europe, whether it's in Africa, whether it's in South America. We thought that at least they'd understand why we were going to Southeast Asia. They didn't. For the last 4 or 5 years since the pandemic ended, men have mocked and tried to tear us down for relocating to other countries. Anybody that does something stupid in another country, they automatically say, that's a passport bro. Even though that person never said that they were a passport bro or a blue book gentleman or a passport king or the passport gentleman. I think I said that one. But at the end of the day, now it's funny how a turn of events, in other words, inflation, major job losses, over 100,000 men in the United States have lost their jobs. More people right now in the United States live in their cars or vans than any other time in American history. The degree is a joke now, to where women are bragging about, I've got my degree, but 85% of women don't even use that piece of sheepskin anymore. So yeah, you got degrees, but basically you just paid 4 years to get a debt. Companies are out there putting out false job opportunities all over Indeed, all over other platforms. Food has increased in the United States to where I saw somebody just was getting some ribs, some beef. Wasn't a large package. $200 in the grocery store. Can you imagine just going to the grocery store and buying some ribs or any type of beef? And you look down at the food you're getting at the grocery store. This is not special cut meat. This is regular meat. $200. Individuals are starting to discover that gas prices have already cracked $8 plus in certain parts of California already. And so now it's official. A lot of men who mocked us. Now we understood that the ladies were going to say something. We got you, ladies. But a lot of men who mocked us for considering or planning to move or relocate or even visit other countries are starting to change their tunes. And we're going to hear about this tonight. They're starting to understand. Now I get it. Now I see why those guys got their passports. Now I see why they're happy in Malaysia. Now I see why they're happy in Thailand, in the Philippines, in Cambodia. Now I get why these guys have moved to Spain and Portugal, in Sweden and Switzerland. I get why they're in Germany now. I didn't realize how going to Brazil could change your life, or going to Colombia could give you a different perspective on women. Now they're finally understanding why we go to Belize and Honduras and even in El Salvador compared to dealing with some of the women that we have to deal with in the States. So shout out to all you guys that no matter what men had to say about us in the United States, you are still going after your dreams of relocating. Shout out to you guys. Let me get started with the video. Let's get started with the video.
People are coming out and admitting something that we kind of already knew. The passport bros were right.
It's getting to the point where the passport bros, they might have been right. The passport bros might have been right, bro. We used to talk crazy about the passport bros, but they all happy. The passport bros might have been right. Listen, take that.
First sign that the passport bros might have been right is that they notice we're happy. I'm not talking about the passport pookies that get robbed and drugged and scammed and they come over back and forth and they get into arguments with pay for play and get the or our white brothers that get locked up in that come from Europe and they get locked up in Southeast Asia. We're not talking about them dudes. We're talking about us. Grown, responsible men. No matter what race, color, or creed, no matter what country we come from. They notice, no matter how they talk about us in the United States, we happy. We're at peace. Many of us haven't gone back. Many of us only go back to make money and aren't even dating the ladies in the States when you do go back. Many of us are planning and plotting our next trips. We're at peace. The one thing that they notice the difference between the men in the States or themselves in the States and us who are relocating or visiting or planning to visit other countries, we're happy. We don't care what you think about us. Y'all could come out with 4,000 more I Can't Stand Passport Bros videos. We don't care. Those planes are still going to get full. They can continue to say gas prices are going to go up. Flights are going to get more expensive. Okay, cool. It'll just take us a little bit longer, but it ain't going to stop us from flying. One price don't stop no show. I'm telling you now. Men are still going to travel and fly outside the United States without a Spirit airline. We didn't need Spirit airline to fly before Spirit, and we don't need Spirit to fly after Spirit. So these people do realize that we are happy. Let me bring that beat back.
More and more people are coming out and admitting something that we kind of already knew. The passport bros were right.
It's getting to the point where the passport bros, they might have been right. The passport bros might have been right, bro. We used to talk crazy about the passport bros, but they all happy. The passport bros might have been right. Listen, take that how you want to take it. The passport bros might have been right. Because here, US of A, I'm not seeing it. My boy's not seeing it. The passport bros might have been right.
And also, in other news, I'm stuffing my face, y'all. I know I've always had smoke for the passport bros in the past. But I'm going to say this. The passport bros was on to something. Now, aside from the tricking part of the passport bros and them going over to spend the money and passing up diseases, I don't advocate for that. I would never advocate for that. But as far as trying to get a traditional woman who's not really Americanized, they might be onto something. Because if I was a single man in the position I'm in life, there is no way I would want to share my life with one of these American chicks, black, white, Puerto Rican, Haitian. I don't care what you talk, because they all are out of their mind. I'm not paying all your bills while I got to pay my bills. I'm not taking on shopping sprees. I'm not taking on these lavish trips, and you barely cook clean, and I got to beg for some yams.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I should have pulled up his original video. I should have pulled up this brother here. This dude has had smoke for us for years. At least 3 years, all over TikTok. Anything that we've done, any place that we've gone, this brother has had smoke for us. He was one of the ones that spread that rumor that 45,000 passport bros have gotten venereal diseases in DR. Not doing any homework. Oh, another passport bro got arrested. Another passport bro got drugged. You passport bros better. He had smoke upon smoke. Once again, now that they see that we're happy and we're at peace, where's the smoke? Where can we get some smog? Can we get a little bit of steam? Come on now. We can't get no smoke. We can't get no steam. Not no steam. Y'all ain't even come with the steam no more. Everything that we said to you guys about how Western women are, y'all told us to keep our mouth shut. Stop talking about y'all women. Don't talk about the black women. Don't talk about the white women back in the States. Don't talk about the Latin women back in the States. Middle Eastern women back in the States. Y'all better not talk about no woman back in the States. That's what y'all told us. Just mind your business. You not in America no more. Don't talk about our women. Now, everything that we said to encourage men and let men know that they have options, it's funny that y'all repeating our what you would call rhetoric. I mean, this brother had smoke for us, guys. I've been following him on TikTok off and on for a few years. I'm like, really? That's how you feel about us? Okay. Shout to Florida Gator. He said, oh, they understand, Dre. 90% were just jealous as hell. You ain't lying. That is facts. All because they can't do it. They could not do it. He said, my friends think I'm crazy for planning my move. My family, my friends, all thought I was crazy. Here's the crazy part, Florida Gator. Guess who hits me up now for international travel? Guess who I get messages from now? The same friends and family members and colleagues that laughed at me when I was traveling to these different countries, that laughed at me when I decided to relocate. You going down into Colombia? I used to get all them Colombian jokes. Oh, where you live? Oh, you live in Colombia. I'm like, bruh, what are you doing? You live in Colombia, right? They got that little... Bruh, you have never traveled before, have you? I used to always have to tell people that. Always have to tell people that because they don't know what they're talking about. And then they watch you and you go to a new country and then they watch. First of all, they're trying to watch you fail. Let's get that out of the way. When you guys decide to visit or relocate to another country, You've got family members, friends, and colleagues that are waiting for you to fail. They are waiting for that magic moment to say, I told you so. I told you he wasn't gonna get it right. I told him he should have went to that country. They are waiting for that magic I told you so moment. Just like this brother. He was waiting for that I told you so moment. He was waiting for that moment of, remember once upon a time they used to talk about these guys that would travel. Remember once upon a time there was such things like what's they called? Oh, the passport, bro. He was waiting for that moment for us to fade out, fade to black, disappear. There, you got friends and family members that first thing they want to notice is he going to fail? Number two, they're going to look and see how long you're going to do this. Okay, you went to visit 2 countries. Okay, cool. That's fine. Oh, your photos are nice. Okay, cool. What do you mean you're going to another country? How long are you going to be doing this? You mean you're talking about relocating to DR? What do you mean Portugal? You don't even know anybody in Greece. Malaysia, spell it. They don't think that you have the fortitude to go from point A to point B with your goals. Maybe because in the States they saw you start some things and you didn't finish them, whatever it is. But they are sitting back watching, A, if you're going to fail. B, how long are you going to be at that? C, if you're actually going to complete it. Not just how long you're going to do it, this back and forth traveling. You said you're going to relocate to another country. Let's see if he really relocates. Let's see if she really relocates. It's easy to go back and forth to different countries. You're visiting. You said you're doing recon. Let's see if you really pack your bags and do a one-way ticket. And we might not see you for a couple of years until you come back to visit. These are some of the things that you're going to be judged at or judged as when you are a person that have decided, I am going to take advantage of global options. Your family members, you can forget about your family members being on your side. Maybe your mom or your dad might, go after your dreams, son, we love you. But as far as understanding where you're going, what you're going to be doing while you're in that country, who do you know in that who you know over there? They don't know that. A lot of y'all family members, you be like, I'm going to go to Cali, Colombia. Oh, in Cali. My boy Dre in Cali. He's been there for almost 10 years. What are you talking about? You never just go to a country? I don't know anybody there? And they don't even believe that I exist. You know how many parents I've talked to on the phone, or family members or cousins or brothers I talk to on the phone when you guys get off the plane, just to let them know that there is an American here in Colombia that is here with their brother or their son or their a cousin, to let them know that no, you're not crazy. T-Mac is in Medellin. Will is in Medellin. Okay. Okay, looks like I'm back. Looks like I'm back, guys. Looks like I froze for a second. Thank you for your patience, gentlemen. Wi-Fi does happen every once in a while. We've been good so far. I remember once upon a time we used to have bad connections, but now we're doing pretty good. So there's always Richie Mack, Aaron of Passport Bro movement. of black men's travel. There's so many WhatsApp groups to be in, so many Facebook groups for us to join, so many meetup groups to join. A lot of people think meetup.com is just in the States. No, meetup.com is global. Whatever you're into, you can find somebody that's into that same thing in Colombia, in Brazil, in the United States, in Mexico, in Spain. Meetup.com is global. Your family doesn't know anything about that. They don't know anything about that. In other words, your family doesn't know to trust you with your dreams yet. They don't know to trust you with your dreams yet. Yep. They just don't understand. He said, I mostly went to, okay, what did I do? Let me see something. Okay, how did I do that? It's like I disappeared when I hit a comment. That's wild. That is wild. Let me remove this. Remove that. Put myself back up. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna come back in to reset everything. All right, I'm back. That should help the comments. Here we go. Bada bing, bada boom. He said, one of my homes, Jamon says this. He said, one of my homies, from there turned out. I'm dipping into somebody's conversation. My bad. I'm dipping the conversation there. Mr. Ray, let me see what Mr. Ray was saying. The first thing you were saying, you said by a family member. Oh, he said, I was told you're in studio. He said your studio. You just made my night, bro. Oh my God. I can't wait to tell Andrea that one. I cannot wait till this live stream ends to tell Andrea this one. That is one of the best jokes I have heard. Oh my God, that was funny. Oh man, no, you can tell your family member I live in the States. Oh man, you just made my day with that one. You just made my day with that one. He said by a family member. He in the United States. He lying to y'all. Okay. That's funny. That is funny. Oh man, you just made my night with that one. You say Andre, Detroit front. Yes, sir.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
They think I'm in the D. They think I'm in the D. That's what they think I'm back home in Detroit. I know, right? That was good. That was good. He made my night with that one. Shout out to my brother L him in the building as well. He says, he said you in the basement in the US. Oh, y'all gonna come with the jokes tonight. Bring them. Bring them. He said they don't believe brothers live abroad. That's not in the military. No. Yeah, show them this live stream, bro. Tell your family I said hi. Tell them I appreciate them. Let your family. We're at. Just to let you know, we are at 52 minutes. So a number. Put it on number 52 or 52 minutes of this live stream when it goes off. Show your family members and let them know Andre said hi. I am here in Colombia, happily married for the last 7+ years. You know, actually, we've been together 8 years. Been living off and on in Colombia for the last decade. Yeah, there are brothers that are not just the military brothers that have decided to relocate to other countries. If they are interested in any information regarding relocating to other countries, they can go through all the archives of 7 years of Love Crossing Borders videos that we have. So shout out to your family, man. Appreciate them. And I'm gonna tell you something. before I relocated to other countries, I didn't know that much about brothers and white brothers. I know about my white brothers traveling, right? Because white brothers always had movies and stuff. You know, mom, dad, I'm not going straight to college. I'm backpacking and I'm going to go to Europe. So it was always some type of teenage movie, rom-com of our white brothers at the age of 19, 20, and their friends would go to Europe. So we were used to seeing that. But it was not put in the black community outside of our military brothers about contract work overseas. Nobody knew about that. About traveling overseas. Nobody thought about, we thought about travel. You didn't think about black men. You thought about white dudes in military. And so now that is stuff that we take for granted as travelers. It's kind of funny that it's still millions of black people in the United States that don't realize that there are a lot of us out here. There are over 12 million US citizens that live outside the United States. 12 million. So yeah, let your family know there are 12 million of us out here. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the family. Shout out to Big Wheel being in the building as well. And let me give a special shout out to the new member, Mr. Ray being a new member himself. So, yes, sir. Yeah, seriously. Minute 52. Go to minute 52 and let your family know, hey, Andre has a message for you guys. And the message is there are a lot of us that live out here in these different countries. It's a lot of us that support each other in these different countries. So if Ray ever comes out here to Cali, Colombia, or he goes to any other part of Colombia or Brazil or any other country, there is always somebody there waiting for him. He is not alone when it comes to traveling. There are so many of us, black men and white men, in so many different countries. You do not have to feel isolated or by yourself. Once again, shout out to your family. But that made my day. That made my day. He said, yo, Dre, he said, the Bible says that you cannot talk about war with a coward. The Bible does say that. That's so true. He said, you cannot talk about traveling with a bum ass? Oh, with a bum. Yeah, with a bum. Yeah. Who doesn't have a passport and who makes fun of men who travel. That's the crazy part. Like we said, we understand when women got something slick to say. But for men, and it's just mean men on social media talking crazy about us than women. Shout out to Zeta in the building. He says this as well. Zeta says, and we're gonna get back to the video. Zeta says they hating on the passport bros. Now they want to be on our team. That's the crazy part. Let me bring that was a perfect sway or montage into bringing back the video. Absolutely correct.
People are coming out and admitting something that we kind of already knew. The passport bros were right.
It's getting to the point where the passport bros, they might have been right. The passport bros might have been right, bro. We used to talk crazy about the passport bros, but they all happy. The passport bros might have been right. Listen, take that how you want to take it. The passport bros might have been right. Because here, US of A, I'm not seeing it. My boy's not seeing it. The passport bros might have been right.
And also, in all nudity, I'm stuffing my face, y'all. I know I've always had smoke for the passport bros in the past. But I'm going to say this. The passport bros was onto something. Now, aside from the tricking part of the passport bros and them going over to spending money and passing up diseases,
remember, he was one of the ones that spread that false narrative about 75,000 passport bros having diseases in DR. And what that article actually said, that the sum total of diseases on the island of DR adds up to be 75,000 people. The sum total in DR. not us. They were talking about everything from HIV to whatever STD. In DR, if you've ever been to DR, it is a huge, it's the largest Caribbean island. It is not small at all. So it's far more than 75,000 people that even live there. But this dude tried to make it seem like it was all of us who either had diseases or were bringing it back. And I remember when he kept doing TikTok videos over and over talking about you guys out there giving disease. Now he wants to bend the knee. He wants to bend the knee.
I don't advocate for that. I would never advocate for that. But far as trying to get a traditional woman who's not really Americanized, they might be onto something. Because if I was a single man in the position I'm in life, there is no way I would want to share my life with one of these American chicks, black, white, Puerto Rican, Haitian. I don't care what you talk, because they all are out of their mind. I'm not paying all your bills while I gotta pay my bills. I'm not taking on shopping sprees. I'm not taking on these lavish trips, and you barely cook clean, and I gotta beg for some yams. Passport bros, I'm not going to apologize for having all the smoke that I said, because I was talking about the tricking passport bros. But the passport bros who literally go over there to find a wife and get up out the way and do your thing, I get it. I get it. I get it.
What if being a passport bro is not a bad thing? What if being a passport bro and passport gal is the way to go? Like, fuck it. There's shit over here. Let's just go over there, find somebody, and you have two choices. You either bring them back over here or you stay over there, right?
It's amazing how healthy those Americans are eating. It's so amazing how they're eating. Let me let them finish off and we'll come to the comments.
Well, like a fucking sucks over here. Now, of course, you can always find somebody who look hard enough or wait for them to come to you, however, whatever you believe in. But it's like, damn.
The vast majority of black women.
Before our sister Crimson Cure speaks, who's always supported the Passport Bro movement, I need to get her on the show, come to think of it. I've emailed quite a few people to do some interviews, and I forgot to email Crimson Cure. He said, I went on a military excursion to Africa and discovered they all wanted me. I do not blame you, brother. That's one of man Andre's plans. Big Will says this. He says, you can't be what you can't see. This is true. He's saying, and unfortunately, most people can't see themselves in a better situation and places outside of the U.S. I'm so thankful the military. That's how T-Mac talks. T-Mac and Will and Ronan talks like this about their appreciation for the military, if only in the way of introducing them to other countries. Now, they have other reasons why I hear these guys often talk about military, but one of the things that kind of sticks with me with these guys is that they know that the military introduced them to travel, He said, I'm so thankful that the military was my initial gateway to Europe. Shout out to you guys. Military men and current military men. Shout out to all you guys. My brother, Mr. Ray, says this. He said, Andre, I was trying to get with Zoom to Thailand. He said, but we seem not to be able to connect. He said, so I'm emailing you tomorrow, mañana, for consultation. Okay, cool. Let me put my email address up. I don't know if you have it. Let me put it up. And any of you guys that are interested, especially since the Petronio Alvarez Festival is coming up, the Afro-Colombian festival that we have here in Cali, Colombia, over 600,000 people come for this celebration every year. That's a lot of people. Come for this celebration every year. So if you guys are interested, in the dates for this year, T-Mac and all you other guys, for the Petronio Alvarez Festival, once again, it's the Afro-Colombian Festival. It is so large that last year during the Essence Festival, they gave the Afro-Colombians a stage. So they had their own, the Essence Festival always has different stages. and different shows. Well, this past year, the Essence Festival had many of the performers from the Afro-Colombian Petronio Alvarez Festival. They also have performed in Africa. What do I mean by that? The Petronio Alvarez Festival here in Cali, the reason why it brings in 600,000 people, it is a free 5-day concert of different Afro-Colombian groups that are competing against each other. So it's not just they're coming on stage and they're performing. Nah, this is a competition. A 5-day, your band better be better than mine. And whoever wins not only gets the notoriety and the money, but they also get the world tours. And then, on Sunday, they also have like a famous performer. Like last year, they had Grupo Nietzsche, very, very famous salsa band. But it's a competition. So when you come to the Petronio, free concert, free entry, you pay for your food and everything when you get there. But the food is so great. The Afro-Colombian Black soul food in Colombia. And that's every year in Cali, Colombia for like the last 30, 40 years. And this year it is August 13th, starts on Wednesday every year, August 13th through the 17th, that Monday. Usually nobody goes on Monday except probably get some more food. The concerts are over and the presentation is over on Sunday. Remember, was it last year? They had Prince Harry and Megan was here last year. No, the year before. The year before they came down. So it's always somebody famous that's really famous that comes down to the Petronio Alvarez Festival to promote the festival. And it started off like a small little festival. But since so many Black people migrated from the smaller towns to Cali for job opportunities, it just blew up. For those that don't know, Cali, Colombia is 40% to almost 50% Black. So that's why it's such a huge celebration. Now you've got people that come from all over the world, 600,000 people, absolutely free. The clubs are packed. We always have fun every year for the Petronio Alvarez Festival. And we are always glad when y'all go home because we are exhausted by the time Sunday and Monday comes. So guys, reach out to me, and especially if you need an airport run, we have a certain airport run cost that we do, and we hook you up, pick you up from the airport, drop you off at the airport. We're only 20 minutes from the airport. That's why I can say all that. And so we have our SUV. And so either way, guys, man, if you can make it down to Petronio Alvarez Festival, I promise you, this August 13th through the 17th. And the cool part is, it's a week after the amazing Flower Festival celebration in Medellin. So you got 2 back-to-back celebrations. And I'm talking about Medellin. They are partying, parades, partying. It's the Flower Festival. Most people don't realize 90% of all flowers that you see from the Kentucky Derby, horse get his little flowers around his neck, flowers that people use for funerals, flowers that are in weddings in the United States, 90 to 95% of all flowers that are used in the United States, all those roses you give your girlfriend, come from Colombia. A lot of people don't know that. And so every year, Colombia has a flower celebration of the harvest, of the business side of flowers. Colombia is huge when it comes to flowers. So Flower Festival is the week in Medellin, the week before. And I'm talking about parties, parades, clubs off the chart. Is wild. T-Mac can tell you that. But when it comes to the Afro-Colombian Festival that we have every year, it's here in Cali, Colombia. This year is from the 13th through the 17th. Shout out to all you guys. Let's get back to the video. And let me go right here before I do. Let's go to the super chats. My brother Florida says this. Florida Gator. He said, I love how they clap Are they clappy? Are they? I'm lost on that one. CAA. How they clap it, trick it, and they paid for it. I'm lost now. Florida Gator, you got me lost. He said, I love how they clap. You meant to say clap it, trick it, and pay for it. Okay, who are they? Let me know who they are. Just let me know who they are. I think I got that part right. Mr. Ray says this. He said, I sent the email to you, brother. He said, look forward to hearing from you. Okay, I'll be responding. I really will. Let's continue to go on. We got 98 in the building. Guys, could you do us a favor? Make sure you click the like button. And I'm going to drop the link for some of you guys to subscribe to Andrea's channel. She's just a few subscribers away from hitting one of her goals. So shout out to all you guys. Let me go back to the video for us. Shout out to our sister Crimson Cure, who has always supported men traveling.
Cannot compete with the passport bros, and it's stupid to even say so because nobody actually is checking for, coming for, looking for, trying to marry, trying to scoop up black women in mass to be their wives and to integrate them into their culture and in their community.
The reason people don't like the passport bros is because it exposes the ego that exists within a lot of American women. We have a literacy crisis in America. Actually, people who can't fucking understand the things that they read. We have the privilege of having that crisis almost as a self-help crisis. Like we did that to ourselves. There are countries where people are banned from going to school, where people have to fight to go to, where they have to have money to build school. They don't have no infrastructure for that shit. So when they go to school, they do it for it's not no funny shit. No, I guess no, it's their whole life. Any first generation knows the pressure of that exact mind frame. So when y'all are talking, saying they want these stupid women, they're not stupid. They're smarter than you, but they're culturally different, and that's what they're going for. But
Facts. He has never lied. A lot of times when people are in other countries or back in the States, they actually think that our women are dumb and naive. They actually think our girlfriends and our wives don't know how to get degrees. In the United States, you got so many scholarship opportunities. When Andrea got her bachelor's and she's finishing off her master's, she got to pay for it. There are no scholarships. There is no Pell Grant here in Colombia. Not like in the States. There is no FAFSA like in the States. Family pools money together and make sure that they invest in that person. As many of you guys already know, all of Andrea's friends are black. All of them are black women, black men. And all her friends have their masters. So even black people in other countries value education. And they got to do it the hard way, straight out of pocket. So when I hear women in the United States talk about the women that barely know English, y'all go to these countries with women that barely know English, they don't know how to read. You're looking like, so you don't realize how many degrees women have in the Philippines or in Thailand. So you think the women that we're dating in Sweden and Switzerland and Germany, they just dumb as a box of rocks. They've never picked up a book a day in their lives. They swear when we go to DR, every woman's got to come from a hut. There are no female doctors, no female business owners in DR, no female attorneys, no females that own Airbnbs or anything. They just think it's all males, and every woman in every country is idiotic. This is how women in the West talk because they are insecure and they are afraid. I'm going to tell the truth. Women in the West are afraid, and I don't blame them. I'm going to say this again. Women in the West are afraid, and I don't blame them. If you thought that your game plan was going to work, and when you hit 40, it didn't, and you knew 9 times out of 10 it would never work. Here's a perfect example. With us men in business, they say that it takes the average man to become a millionaire on average is between the age of 50 and 60 years old, sometimes 65 years old. The average man making his first $1 million is not a young man's game. I'm gonna say this again. That's why you see so many older millionaires and even billionaires with younger, beautiful women. Because for the most part, now you do got some young millionaires, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, the millionaire game is an older man's game. Why? Most people leave their first job or trade their career off to start a business between the age of 45 and 55. So most people decide to even get off into business and stop treating their side hustle like it's a hustle, but like a real business. The average person goes into business 45 years old. 80% of all businesses fail within the first 5 years. Only 20% succeed. But here's a kicker. So that means that you're going from 45 to 50. You're going to understand what I'm talking about in a second. You're going from 45 to 55, and that first business may not have worked. Here's the kicker for men. Men know how to put up our bootstraps, roll up our sleeves, revamp everything, try it again. Did you guys know this? Of the 80% that fail, only 20% ever try again. Of that 20% that tried their business again, 80% succeed. That's the crazy thing about business. If you dare to try again, you got an 80% chance that it's going to succeed as long as you don't give up. As long as you don't quit. As long as you keep revamping, restructuring, get some networks going, get some advice, it's going to work. That's men in business. Let's talk about the ladies. Remember I said the ladies are scared or afraid? What was their game plan? Ours was business. Ours was making money. Men are okay with, as we age, we get better like fine wine. Men ain't got no problem with that. Okay, I'm not the best that I can be at 25, but hey, when I hit 35 and 45, I'll be the best thereof. 55, I'll be amazing. Cool, I ain't got no problem with that, because at 55, I can still get 25-year-olds, 35-year-old women to be attracted to me. So men ain't got no problem with aging gracefully. The ladies. One of the things that makes women so afraid of the passport bro movement is that their plan was to fall back on us in their older age. They wanted to marry us after they hit 35, 45, 55. They wanted to get their careers going. They wanted for Pookie to give them a baby or two. We were supposed to be the stepfathers. We were supposed to even be step grandfathers. Because when the child grows up, the child has a child, and now you're a step granddaddy. Take it from me, I experienced that. We were their fallback plan for when they got old. We were their rest haven. That's what they expected us to be. We were supposed to be waiting at the finish line of their business plan. They go to college, they get knocked up, they have a couple of kids, career is going great. You met them at a meetup group or whatever, marry them, help them raise their kids, and then when the kids have kids, raise the grandkids. And that was the plan. And maybe throw a dog or two into the mix, right? But then y'all discover passports. And now these women are afraid. Whoa, we were not thinking about this. We didn't think men had enough brain cells to think that they had options. This is what the ladies are thinking. So this is why the ladies are criticizing and look at you guys. Ladies, we aren't coming back. Ladies, you can say what you will about us. Ladies, queens, we're not coming back. We'll come back to visit. We'll come back to make money. But as far as coming back to sleep with you, argue with you, fuss with you, cuss with you, take you out on dates, dinners, we're done. And millions of men are starting to discover, and that's what's hitting you, ladies. That's what's knocked you upside the head. You're 37 years old, and millions of men are discovering over the last 5 years around the world. I could see if it was just an American thing, but now men around the world are calling themselves passport bros. Men in UK, men in Morocco, men in China, men in Korea are going from one location to another location saying, I'm a passport bro. My man Aaron of the Passport Bro movement, he just said it the other day when we were interviewing him. He said, I'm sitting here in Thailand. I meet a guy from Korea. He says, hey, you're the founder of the Passport Bro movement. He's like, yeah. He said, I'm a passport bro. I came here to find me a wife in Thailand. These women are so scared that they are going to perish alone. Because the one thing that you guys have that women don't have, women don't, your mama, my mama, your aunties, my aunties. Women aren't known in this country or that country for aging gracefully. Now, in certain countries, yes. But we're talking about the West. UK, no. Canada, no. Australia, hell no. Tasmania, no, hell no. These women know the stats like we do. 70% of all nursing home patients or residents, if you will, are women. I could pull that stat up right now. We've done it plenty of times on this show. 70% of all nursing home residents in the United States are women. Do you think these women bust their butt to get their degrees, have 2 babies by Pookie, had BBLs, just so they could be alone in a nursing home at the age of 63, 73? 83? So yeah, they're mocking you. Yeah, they're going to talk about you. Yeah, of course they're going to look at what you're doing as stupid. Because deep down in their heart, dude, these women are panicking and are afraid. Women are saying, I'm single by choice. Ladies, go ahead, tell yourself whatever lie you got to tell yourself, because we're gone. Ladies, I'm here to tell you, go ahead and lie. Lie to yourself. That's like saying that I could be with whoever I want. I sleep with whatever amount of men I want. Ladies, you getting smashed by how all those men, ladies. You are not conquering, you're being conquered. So whatever makes you feel good, whatever rocks your boat, ladies, to make you feel good as we get on these planes, say it. I don't blame you. Ladies, I'm serious. I do not blame whatever lie you got to tell yourself to help you sleep good at night in that nursing home with that dog or with that cat. Do it. We are not going to tell you, ladies, when the last time you saw a Passport Bro video, a black expat, a digital nomad video, ex-military video, our white brothers videos saying, stop talking about us. You shouldn't be talking about us. No, we don't care. We understand. Ladies, let it out. Whatever makes you feel good, whatever rocks your boat, Say it. Because there's going to come a day. There's going to come a day when nobody's going to even be listening to you. Because they're going to look at you like you just that bitter old lady. And you're just going to be 50 years old. They're going to look at you like the bitter old lady. And you're just going to be 41. The day is going to come where they look at you ladies like you're a bitter old lady. You'll just be 37. So go ahead. Say what you will. We've got money. We've got degrees. Yes, you do, ladies. We own this. I'm only holding myself out for the special man. I've talked to the Lord about it. Well, you know, Jesus is my husband. Whatever makes you feel good, ladies, say it. Because we're still getting on that plane. We are not going to miss our flight for you. There is nothing you can say to make us miss these flights. Nothing you can say that's going to make us say, you know, this is not the movies, ma'am. Ladies, you know, in the rom-coms, the lady races to the airport, and as the guy is about to get on board of the plane, the lady stops him. I love you. Stay here with me. And then in the rom-com, they kiss, they come together, and they live happily ever after. This is real life, ladies. This is not one of your romantic comedies. You cannot chase us through airports. We are getting on that plane. We are strapping in our seatbelts. We're setting the air conditioning. We're putting on our favorite music. We're letting our seat back. And we're about to enjoy this flight. And you know who's gonna be the last person we think about? Any of y'all that's back on the plantation. The United Plantation of the UK, we ain't thinking about y'all. The Canadian plantation, we are not thinking about y'all when we leave. The plantation of the United States, we are not thinking about you all. That probably pisses y'all off the most because y'all know when y'all see us and we smiling and we're happy, and you've never seen that many men, especially black men, smiling and getting their teeth done and making sure their face is taken care of and getting massages and getting manicures and pedicures and got gym memberships in different countries. You're not used to that. You thought he was a bum. Ladies, the problem was you. He was around you. He was around you. He's lost 15 pounds since he's left the United States, 25 pounds, 17 pounds since he's left the United States. When he was around you, he was a loner. Now he's got a network of people around the world. When he was around you, he never danced. Why? Because they don't dance in the United States. They stand there and they bop. They'll jump up and down, but they do not dance. They'll have their cell phones, but they do not dance. Now he knows how to salsa, merengue, bachata, cumbia. He didn't know how to do none of that while he was with you. He knew one language when he was with you, ladies. Ladies, one. Now he's working on his third. Now he knows English, a little bit of Spanish, and he's mastered Portuguese. He had none of that when he was with you. So once again, we are not about to miss this flight. Messing around with you. And if you want to be angry, be angry. In the words of Chrisette Michele, the neo-soul singer, blame it on me. Say it's my fault. Say that I left you outside in the cold with a broken heart. Just blame it on me. And that is facts. That is facts. Ain't nobody gonna sit around and run to these ladies. He say typo. Call it. Oh, you called it. Okay, call it tricking. He said, I can't. I can't. You got it. You corrected me. Let's go back. He said, I love how they call it tricking and they pay for it. Now I got you. They try to always call us tricks. They always try to call all of us pay for play. All men know. I don't know why women in the West try to act like we don't know that all women globally want our resources. All women want our time. All women want our energy. All women want our money. All women want our attention. Young and old. It doesn't matter. They will try to shame foreign women for wanting our money, our time, our attention, our energy, knowing it's the same thing that they miss about us back in the States, back in Canada. If you're spending your money in Thailand, that means you're not spending your money in Texas. If you're spending your money in Colombia, that means you're not spending that money in Chicago, in Colorado, in Columbia, North Carolina, in Colombia, in the state of Washington. If you're spending that money in Brazil, you're not spending that money in Baltimore. You're not spending that money in Boston, right? And they feeling it. They're feeling every time they have one of those dating excursions, speed dating events, and ain't nobody showing up because we got a flight. I'm sorry, ladies. We are not coming to your speed dating event. We got a flight. We are not coming to your afternoon brunch events. We got a flight. No, you my co-worker. I am not sleeping with you anymore. I got a flight. Oh, y'all thought I was just making that up. Okay, here we go. Do you know how many co-workers were pissed with your boy when I decided that I was not smashing co-workers anymore? Bruh, you talking about some perturbed ladies. Pissed off ladies. I had one coworker. She was mad at me for about a month, even though she had a new man. How you gonna be mad at me for not smashing coworkers anymore? And you got a new man. You got a new man. I'm not beating your coochie up no more. I'm not beating her coochie up no more. I'm not beating her coochie up no more. I am taking my sex life abroad. I am here in the States to make money. And they were pissed, bro. Hey, I'm giving y'all a heads up. Some of you dudes that be smashing your coworkers, when you stop, because you are traveling to other countries and you are now focused, do not think them coworkers them ladies gonna be happy. I'm not even go coworkers. I'm talking about the women that you smash at the gym. They gonna be pissed with you. Your little chicks in your phone that you ain't smashed. You think they're gonna be happy that you ain't smashing them no more? All your little smash chicks, all your little jump offs. The ones that gonna be calling you talking about some, hey big head, how you doing? All the Kendra G's, the jump offs. I'm telling you now, man, you want to see some pissed off women in the States, go on, take that sex life away from them. Go ahead. If you think that you ain't got no power with the women in the States, go ahead. When you decide and you say, I'm only in the States to stack my money, take care of my family, take care of my responsibilities. I ain't smashing y'all no more. My sex life is global. Boy, you gonna piss off some people. Do not think women are gonna bow down happily. And I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I have experienced. And I know other men have experienced. Women cannot take it when you turn that sex life off, boy. When you turn that faucet off, man, they get pissed. He said, can I hold something? Big bags. You used to smash? Yeah, seriously, man. All of them, bro. Yeah, you need that hey big head sound effect. I need that. I really do. Shout out to Neo in the building, my dude. And Zeta says this. He said, "Yep." He said, "I can relate. When I went on monk mode, just stay focused." He said the same chick said I wouldn't last a day or a week. I'm going on a few years, and they are mad. Yep, Bonkers Whiskey. Yep, Whiska. Shout out to you, IMF in the building. Shout out to you, brother, for being on monk mode. That's how I was, man. I went on monk mode. I was focused on, dude, American women couldn't do nothing but. This is how upset they were. They were upset that I didn't want to use them anymore. I want to say this again. Women in America, because you know I'm smashing all races, were upset with me and you because we don't want to just use them and discard them. They would rather you still use and discard them than to go on monk mode and focus on you and focus on your goals and focus on your plan. How dare you not use them and discard them? You saw how crazy that sounds? That's how crazy the women are in the States, in the UK, and in the West in general. They would rather you just come through, smash them, disappear for a couple of days than to completely disappear. Because if we, come on, fellas, let's be real. If we were really dirty, if we were dirty like we used to be, we could smash them until the last day that we get on the plane. For real, for real. Hey, I know I'm leaving to move to Brazil in 5 years. Let me go and run through another 50 of y'all real quick. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and run through another. I got 5 years. Yeah, I'm gonna run through another 50 of y'all real quick before these 5 years up. Yeah. If we were dirty, these women don't even recognize when God is being gracious and putting us on monk mode and us staying focused, and we focus on our money, we focus on what needs to be focused on, and taking our sex life outside the United States and enjoying our lives that we have outside the United States. They don't understand that. They would rather that we treat them like trash while they're still in the States, or while we're still in the States, all the way up until the day that we get ready to get on a plane. That's how crazy it sounds. That's how crazy that sounds. Real deal in the building. Real deal said, he said, I had to sign in to my business account. Monk mode makes you feel like you got the glow. He said, Bruce Leroy, we just watched the movie the other day. Bruce Leroy from The Last Dragon. Absolutely correct. We just watched The Last Dragon a couple months ago on this channel. So yes, sir. We know exactly what you're talking about. For those guys who aren't doing anything on Saturday evenings, you ain't got nothing popping off on Saturday, you good. You ain't got nothing popping off. Every other Saturday, we do movie night. So we watch a double feature. So if you're not doing anything this Saturday, starting at 6 o'clock, come over to the channel. We all on this channel on YouTube for about 15, 20 minutes. Then we head over to Rumble, because Rumble allows us to watch the movie without any copyright issues. We can't watch it on YouTube because YouTube, is YouTube. YouTube be YouTubing. So we come over here, we all meet up over here, and then we all make sure we're all in Rumble. And then we shoot over to Rumble. We watch a double feature. We got a couple karate movies lined up. Got a couple good movies lined up. Let's see what we got lined up for the next couple of weeks. I know we got a Tupac movie that I haven't seen yet. I don't know if you guys have seen it. We've got Tupac in Gridlock. Have you guys ever seen Tupac in Gridlock? He was a dope fiend. He was a dope fiend, and the dude that played in the television show Lie to Me. The white dude that played he also played Abomination, the short white dude that played Abomination in the original Hulk movie. that they sprayed. They put the serum into him. He was a military dude in the original Hulk movie, like in 2010, 2011, when that movie came out. And so him and Tupac are like best friends. Really good movie. So we got that movie. We've got the 7 Commandments of we gotta have some Kung Fu movies. We got the 7 Commandments of Kung Fu. We've got we got Martin Lawrence, Blue Streak. So we got that coming up. And there's a few other movies that I wrote down. So even if you guys got some suggestions of movies, let me know. Once again, we're here every other Saturday enjoying movie night. And then after we watch our movies, we all head over to Richie Mac, zoom to Thailand, and hang out with him. So shout out to you guys. He said monk mode means that you're not giving them any attention. None. You could be my friend. You could be my coworker. But as far as like attention, like flirtatious, them days, I mean, them sisters were mad at work. Andre not walking around flirting, giving compliments around. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm cool. I'm good. No, ladies. Let's go back to the video, gentlemen. Let's go back to the video. I'm going to bring this part back. But yeah, ladies are upset. They're scared.
Whatever you believe in. But it's like, damn.
The vast majority of black women cannot compete with the passport bros, and it's stupid to even say so because nobody actually is checking for, coming for, looking for, trying to marry, trying to scoop up black women in mass to be their wives and to integrate them into their culture and in their community.
The reason people don't like the passport bros is because it exposes the ego that exists within a lot of American women. We have a literacy crisis in America. Actually, people who can't fucking understand the things that they read. We have the privilege of having that crisis almost as a self-help crisis. Like we did that to ourselves. There are countries where people are banned from going to school, where people have to fight to go to, where they have to have money to build school. They don't have no infrastructure for that shit. So when they go to school, they do it for it's not no funny shit. No, I guess no, it's their whole life. Any first generation knows the pressure of that exact mind frame. So when y'all are talking, saying they want these stupid women, they're not stupid. They're smarter than you, but they're culturally different, and that's what they're going for. But you saying that as if it's just xenophobia, because like, what do you mean? They're way smarter than you. Contextually, yeah, they are.
So black men who are passport bros are coons for not talking to the black women who come over there. So I've been seeing a lot of, videos of BOK women yapping about when they go to these countries where black men reside at as passport bros, they don't want to talk to them, right? Are you that the R word? These niggas left this country because they got tired of the women over here, including y'all, and went to another country to go find a more traditional woman or whatever type of woman they want to find. And now you're mad because the same men who left because they got tired of you and your crazy standards, and you talking about how they ain't SHIT, how y'all are so much better than them as BOK women, are not talking to you. This shouldn't even be an issue with y'all when y'all are the same group of women who say 24/7 that y'all don't need a man, y'all are independent, and y'all don't need a man, especially if it's a black man. So I fail to see why y'all are following these same men that y'all claim that y'all don't care for, that y'all don't want, to these countries. No, the truth is that y'all understand that y'all are losing y'all men. And the only ones who are still going for y'all are these pookies, bro. Every day is something y'all gotta say about BOK men. BOK men this, BOK men that. But then when these niggas leave, y'all get mad and call them raccoons for not talking to y'all in these countries that they go to that y'all follow them at. I saw this one video with this BOK woman talking about, y'all are gonna miss us. No, they're not. They're literally leaving to get away from y'all, bro.
A lot of men aren't leaving the US to find a wife because they're passport bros. They're leaving because of what they're finding when they get there. Women in other countries were raised completely differently than women in the Western world. Most had mothers and grandmothers who taught them how to cook, how to care for a home.
I like how she worded that. I'm going to bring that back, how she worded that. She said, we're not leaving because of what's going on in the United States or in the UK or in the West. She said, we're leaving because of what we're finding in other countries, not because of what we've experienced in the West. And I think men and women in the West have a bad habit of thinking that we had such a horrible experience with women in the West that we just had to run to other countries. No, no, no. Men found out that the options were different and better in other countries, whether we thought about you or not. There are a lot of us men that left the United States because of the United States and discovered the beauty of Thai women once we got to Thailand. There are a lot of us who left the United States because of economics, as far as cost of living, and we discovered how gorgeous all these Brazilian women are in all their different flavors once we got to Brazil. A lot of times women in the United States think they are the catalyst for this movement. They really think, and I don't like when I don't even like when brothers who are a part of the movement or expats or any of us you don't even consider yourself a passport bro, but you travel. I don't like when we even allow people to sell the narrative that we left because of. No, we left in spite of. We left in spite of what was going on in the States. Some women were giving up the coochie, cool. Some women weren't giving up the coochie, cool. Some women were nice, cool. Some women were idiots, cool. We didn't leave because because of what was going on in the States. We left and enjoy life because of the life that we discovered in the new countries. We left and aren't coming back because of the discovery, not because of what's going on back in the States. Now, a lot of people that are relocating, because of economics, yes, it costs too much to live in the States. Listen, I left the United States long before it started getting uber expensive. And a lot of you guys have been traveling long before the United States was expensive. I left the United States because of the United States, not because of any particular thing. And I left because of what I found in another country, in other countries. So she's absolutely correct. Women are giving themselves too much credit for why we left. And I am going to download Blade. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you, IMF, for letting me know about Blade. Yeah, I'm going to download Blade 1 and Blade 2. He said, speaking of monk mode, he said, Tai Chi master. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to my a bro in the go. Yes, sir. Let me scroll down a little further. Hit the comment section. He says this to Tim. He said, we know that we're going. He said, we know they were going to come back to seeing it our way. To seeing it our, that's so true. Yet they laughed so hard. The same way, you know who they're doing that with too? The same way they're coming around in the United States and in the West to understand the passport bro movement. Have not women in masses come around to seeing everything that Kevin Samuels was saying? There weren't that many Crimson Cures, the Nika Marie's, Six the Goddess, Pink Book Lessons, all these Chantel Simone, and all these other women, Love Dorsey. None of these women were speaking like they speak now until after Kevin was gone. Just Pearly Things. None of these women were speaking like that. Kevin passed on. Now all the ladies I understood where he was coming from. I understand, Kevin. We women do need to learn. And now you got the Crimson Cures. Now you got the Pink Book Lessons. Now you got the Danica Marie's and all of them coming out. But there are very few. I think Love Dorsey and Danica Marie were like the only really two that was out there speaking on behalf of men the way that they do now. You got Tay Tay out there. Shout out to Tay Tay. But I kid you not, man. It's the same thing that's taking place now. And so you're going to see a lot more women coming out speaking on behalf of the Passport Bro movement, just like they did Kevin Samuels. Zeta says this. He said, exactly, Dre. KS words are coming back to haunt Western women. KS said, black women biggest problem wasn't Becky. It was Marisol and Maria. It's kind of funny he would say that. One of my closest friends is a Marisol. Yep. Florida Gator says this. He say even the Thai bar girl is better. If you don't preach. If you don't preach. He say even the Thai bar girl is better than most Western women. That's another reason why they so pissed while they're in Thailand. They've been flying to Thailand. You guys don't talk to them. The local guys don't talk to them. The African guys barely talk to them. And they can't compete with even the Thai bar girls. He said, I would rather have a big time with a Thai bar girl than a bad time with a Western woman. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. And Big Brother in Life says this. He said, sorry, Dre. He said, I didn't, he said, I don't forgive these fools now. He said, I don't forgive these fools now that they see the light. He said it was all just a week ago when it was beneficial to them to talk about us, criticize us, correct. He said they need to stay there, stay in the muck of the plantation. He said, I don't accept people playing both sides. That's a good point. That is a real good point. He said, Iman Perry said the same thing. I don't trust neither. I don't trust him. Can't coach him. Can't play with him. Can't coach him. Oh man, that's goodness. That's funny. That is funny. Let me get I know, right? LJ, the Southern Vegan in the building. Let me go back to the video. And I'm going to bring back what she was saying.
They're gonna miss us. No, they're not. They're literally leaving to get away from y'all, bro.
A lot of men aren't leaving the US to find a wife because they're passport bros. They're leaving because of what they're finding when they get there. Women in other countries were raised completely differently than women in the Western world. Most had mothers and grandmothers who taught them how to cook, how to care for a home, and how to honor a man. Nobody told them, never trust a man, or nobody taught them to compete with men instead of compliment them. So when a man shows up ready to provide, ready to protect for a foreign woman, a lot of them are very open to receive that. A lot of foreign women actually appreciate it. That's not a low value woman. That's a woman who was never taught to see her femininity as weakness. And look at what that produces. Many other countries that still hold family as the highest value, not career, not independence, not self-love journeys, actually have higher happiness indexes, higher birth rates, and more stable homes. Because when you ingrain in a culture that family is the priority, people actually build families. When you ingrain that career is everything, women delay, they deprioritize, and eventually wonder why they feel so lonely and empty. Meanwhile, American and Western media has spent decades painting men as weak, incompetent, dangerous, and just unnecessary. And then everyone acts shocked when men go somewhere they're actually valued. It was never about the passport. It's about finding a woman who was raised to see a good man as a blessing, not as a threat. And until that changes in the West, men are going to continue looking elsewhere.
Before she goes any further, shout to her, beautiful woman with a great point of view. I don't know. I know she's not from, she's definitely not stateside. And if she is, her family's not. I forget. Her features does not look like a regular sister's. But I forgot what I was about to say. Messing with you, E-Man Perry. Oh, what I was about to say was her point is valid, and this is why, while at least in the West, I do know that the average divorce rate is in the high 50 percentile. 80% to 90% of women file for the divorce, except for stepfathers. Why do I say that? Statistics show stepfathers, step or blended families have a divorce rate of 66%. So regular marriages have and I'm making a point with this, regular marriages have a divorce rate of like 55 to 60%. Blended marriages, this is why I keep trying to tell y'all, stop trying to be a baby daddy, a stepfather in the States. Because if you think it's hard to be a regular husband in the States, you've got a 66%, almost 70% chance you're going to get a divorce as a stepdad in the United States. I'll say that again. You have almost a 70% chance when you put a ring on the finger of a baby mama that marriage is not going to work out. And in many states, she can file child support on you for kids that aren't yours. But here's the kicker that's really crazy. Of normal couples that don't work out, we know 70 to 80% women file for the divorce. Only about 20 to 30% men file for divorce in normal circumstances. I talk about this all the time. Amongst stepfathers that get married in a 70% divorce rate scenario, did you know 61% of the time it's the stepdad like me that filed for the divorce? It is the only time that men file for a divorce more than women. Stepfathers, 61% of the time. When it's time for a divorce to take place, it's gonna be the stepdad is going, I'm going downtown. You and them badass kids. You can keep them kids, girl. F your kids. I'm going downtown. 61% of the time. He say, Dre, the fit is clean, brother. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. Yep. Absolutely. So, but here's my point is, among those of us who marry foreign women, 15-20% divorce rate. That's it. 15 to 20% divorce rate. Once we get married, normally we stay married. Now, I've heard divorce situations and it happens. It happens. But for the most part, most of us stay together. Most of us stay together. He said, I have a perfect example. Shout out to my man Dave. He says, I have a perfect example. These men / ladies say the passport bros are right. They are like these so-called Knick fans riding the wave because it's convenient. They were never loyal. They were never loyal. They were never loyal. Where were they during the Patrick Ewing era? They were never loyal. That's an excellent point. Let's go back to the video.
1 in 8 marriages in the U.S. is now international. In most of those, the American man is bringing in a foreign wife.
1 in 8. 1 in 8 marriages in the United States are men getting their wives from other countries. He said, I jumped off the train when Patrick Ewing did that dumb ass figure. I remember that. Shout out to Patrick Ewing.
Right. Do you have any male friends in your age group that have a foreign wife or anything like that?
My
or not
husband,
really?
me.
Me. Wait a second. Am I speaking to a foreign wife right now?
Me. Yeah.
That's really funny.
And my attitudes are very different to North American women.
So like what?
More traditional.
Wow. Do you think that's why he went abroad and found you? He was like, I'm going abroad and I'm finding a wife and she's going to have the most traditional values and she's going to take care of me.
What I can appreciate.
She sounds like she hating. Do you think that's why he went to another country to find you? As if she was lost. To find you? Because he wanted something that was more traditional? Don't hate because that man went and found his wife. See, what surprised you was while you was talking, you about to say something slick about passport bros and foreign women. And then she knocked you upside the head and said, wait a minute. I'm a foreign woman. My husband is the passport bro. Oh. So he wanted something traditional? That's why he found you? Don't hate. No, American women, that hating, it's enough to watch y'all hate each other. But to see how y'all be treating foreign women, that's really ugly. That's really ugly. Shout out to my brother, instructor, cloud engineer leader. Theo off in the building. With the $10 love. Theo said, man, listen, I argued with them for about 6 months. They both hate passport bros. He said, she ain't foreign. She's a hardcore UK oh, really? Okay, Theo, you know more than we do. You know more than we do on that one. Shout out to you guys. Let's get back to the video.
About passport bros is I think it's an effective flag being raised for Western women as well. I'm not necessarily saying that they're going to find someone. I'm not saying that they're not going to get screwed over. I'm not even necessarily saying that I would encourage men to go do it. Like you said, if you want to, cool, go do it. I do think though that the motivation for it is the fact that men are still expected to act very traditionally. They're expected to be very chivalrous. They're expected to be protectors. They still need to take care of you. They still are expected to do things like open your door, give the jacket, things like that. But if that's what a man's duty to you is, to be chivalrous, it's very, very loosely defined what a woman's duty to a man is.
It's very ambiguous.
And that is why I think they go to places where they are actually taught from a young age how to treat a man. What is your duty to a man?
Raise my right hand to God and tell the truth on this passport bro thing. And I'm gonna swear on me, I believe the grave. And when a man swears on his grandmother's grave, you know he means it. So I'm gonna tell the truth and nothing but the truth. There's the real truth and the perceived truth. Okay, here's the perceived truth. People think the whole passport bro thing is about a hypersexualization of culture. Oh, you're going over there because the women are loose and they'll fuck you. And they'll do whatever to get a passport back over here. You've clearly never traveled overseas because none of that is true, okay? Everyone wants something from everyone. Anyone who says they don't want something from someone is either in denial or they're a liar, period. Here's the real truth. Society, as a man, will treat you the same across the board, okay? And what people are doing are realizing that. So the younger generation is like, you're telling me when I get to your level, it's going to be harder? There's going to be more friction? There's going to be more adversity. There's going to be more challenge. Yes, it does not get better. You get better at it. And they're like, oh, I don't think I'm built for that. So they opt out. But those of us who are built for it, who work on themselves, who've done the intellectual work, the emotional intelligence work, the physical work, the financial work, who make good money and have physically taken care of themselves, have earned it. And we realize like, oh, well, now I got the freedom to do what I want.
That was mostly what the passport bros was. Of course, you have the ones that went viral who were tricking, and then people decided that that was what the passport bros were. The ones that I used to follow anyway, these were guys that were going out there to find a wife. And here's the thing. When you go to these countries, you're going to have to pay all the bills. You're going to have to do the traditional road. But it's cheaper, and the women are also traditional. If the women here were traditional, men would suffer through having to do what they had to do. More men would anyway. If that was just how it was, men would suffer through this terrible economy, and they would go, you know what, It's my duty, I gotta do it. But the women are modern. They just want you to be traditional. So they want you to do all the traditional things, but they're not traditional themselves. So you gain nothing. You gain nothing. If you go to one of these countries and you're looking for a traditional woman, guess what? You get that. Plus it's cheaper. So you can just fulfill that traditional role our grandparents did, and you can live like how our grandparents did in terms of the economy. And again, men are flexible in ways that women aren't.
Let me hear what you guys have to say about that. Cortez says he's wrong. I have to agree. I have to agree with Cortez. Yeah, in one way he is all over the place, but I see where he's coming from. He's trying to say that if women here were more fit, feminine, friendly, supportive, submissive, men would be more prone to stay in kind of like make it through this bad economy with them. I'm with Cortez. I don't care how fit women in the West are, how friendly they are, how supportive they are. What do I always mention on this channel? In the United States, you can find good women, but you will not find good laws. So no matter how good, I don't care how good the women are, they can be traditional as they want to, but the laws aren't traditional. She can still take half your stuff. She can still get half your Social Security. She can still get all benefits, all your pension, half of your pension. It'd be the sweetest thing on paper, can't she? What about I'm coming back to the United States. The women are traditional, but the food isn't. Come on, let's talk about all the stuff that is not traditional about the United States. If I go back to the United States and I get a traditional American woman, she might be traditional. I might be traditional, but there is nothing traditional about the country that we live in. The politicians don't act traditional. The food doesn't taste and the ingredients aren't traditional. Them bad kids y'all got, we wasn't like that in Gen Xers. Baby boomer kids were not like that. In other words, your kids ain't traditional. Communities, how they treat each other now is not traditional. So even if I took my traditional tale back to the United States and got a traditional woman in the United States, the country ain't traditional. There is nothing traditional about the country, especially the laws when she ever or if she ever decides to divorce you. This is why you guys often hear me harp on the fact that over 36% of divorces that take place in the United States happen to couples over the age of 50. I am not impressed that your mom and your daddy been together for 23 years. I am not impressed with any of you men that's been married to your wife for 17 years. I am not impressed with you dudes that's celebrating y'all 25th anniversary. I am not impressed when you live in a country that 39%, 36% of all marriages end after both of y'all are 50 years old. You think I care about how old y'all get if your wife gonna divorce you when y'all old anyway? So all that bragging she was doing when y'all was 17 years deep in the marriage, and she divorced you when y'all was 21 years deep in the marriage, the laws allow her to. I'll say this again. She can be a traditional woman and still divorce you after 50, and that's legal. So I'm with Cortez. I don't care about what if the women were traditional in the United States, even if you marry a traditional woman, the United States itself is not traditional anymore. It's not the United States that you grew up in. United States is built for divorces. It's built for separations. It's built for your kids to be unruly. It's built for unhealthy food. It's literally built that you have to have a car in the United States. You can go to Europe and live in France and you ain't never got to buy no car. You can live in Spain, you ain't got to buy no car. You can actually travel through countries to countries to countries and you ain't bought no car. You can live in the UK, you can get a car, or you ain't got to have a car. Many businesses, stores are walkable. Restaurants are walkable. Brazil, Colombia, the Philippines, China, a lot of spots are walkable. But when you get to the West, if you do not have a car, you ain't going to Walmart. You ain't going to, you could barely go to Publix. You can barely make it to Winn-Dixie. Piggly Wigglies, you gonna barely make it to Kroger's. It's not made for traditional, just when you were a kid, walking to the corner store. Walking to your local grocery store. Them days are over, man. So here, this guy want to say, you traditional, your woman was traditional, but everything around you is not traditional anymore, and your marriage is supposed to work? No, that's all right. That's all right. That's the number one reasons why I wouldn't marry in the United States ever again. The United States is not made for marriage. Get it through your mind, even if you got a good woman. I'm never sold on any photos I see, the weddings, the anniversaries. I am happy for those couples. I really am. But I do know the stats of after 50 years old. And when I found out about that, I'm like, wait a minute. You telling me a third of all divorces in the United States happen with old people? I'm like, oh man, I ain't playing this game no more. Y'all keep moving the goalposts. Y'all keep changing the rules, man. Old folks is a third of the divorces. You think that your granddaddy and grandmama would be the main ones together? Nope. 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 Some of y'all can tell. My grandmama and my granddaddy separated after 50. Some of y'all know I ain't lying. Some of y'all either know or y'all got family members or auntie or your older sister or your mama and daddy. They got divorced after 50. Some of us even know, you like, you know what? Auntie so-and-so did get divorced after she was like 51 years old. I didn't even think about that. When you sit back and you go through the Rolodex of your family, you like, man, I know, you know what? He ain't even lying. I know 3 of my aunties got divorced after 50 years. He ain't even lying. So y'all ain't impressing me being together, holding hands, kumbaya, and y'all in y'all 30s. Y'all not impressing me while y'all holding hands. Y'all been together for 15 years. How long y'all been married? 15 years. Oh man, that's so great, dog. That don't impress me at all. Yeah, we started off with nothing, and now we got 5 houses. That don't impress me. We put 3 or 4 kids through college. That does not impress me. Because a woman will divorce you in the States after you've paid off those 3 houses and put them 2 kids through college. And ain't no more mortgage, and there's no more college debt. And she will walk right downtown at the age of 62 and file a divorce on you. And that is America. So I agree with my brother Cortez 1000%. He say Dre is absolutely correct. Shout out to my brother Real Captain Marvel in the building. Glad to see you here, brother. He said the laws are the biggest problem. With these laws, she's in one mode. Yep, one mode. Swinging from ruining. Yeah, one mode swinging for one mood swing from ruining your life. And that's just facts, man. That's just stats. E-Man Period said, these aren't your grandma and granddaddy's old folks. Absolutely correct. The U.S. is made for business, not for traditional families anymore. Nope, not at all. Yep, might as well get a ceremonial. Absolutely correct. Get a ceremonial marriage over the legal ones abroad. Yep, might as well. IMF says this. He said, in most Asian countries, there is no common law marriage. Colombia is common law marriage. It really is. But yeah, I agree with you. Shout out to Leo Gangs in the building. Leo says this. He said, might as well take beats. He said, might as well take beats now, or take bets now. My bad. Might as well take bets now how long the marriage will last. Absolutely correct. Let me see if I can pull this up. While we watch the rest of the video, I'm going to pull something up for us. Y'all know I like some good old-fashioned receipts. Let's continue on.
Men can be modern. Men can also be traditional. It's just, it depends on the environment.
Why are men leaving? Well, let's break it down. It's simple. They're just tired of competing in the Hunger Games of modern dating. Back in the day, all you needed was a job and a decent haircut. Now you need 6 figures, a six-pack, over 6 feet tall, 6 therapy sessions in a month, and the magical ability to read her mind. And even if you do all that, she still might ghost you and make a TikTok video about how men can't communicate.
This is one of the reasons why you have the passport bros. Men are now going outside of North America to Colombia, to the Philippines, Mexico, to all of these third world countries where women actually still respect men. They still believe in marriage. They still believe in family. They still believe in real, genuine love. So, hey, I didn't make this up. It is proven. And all the passport bros, they're going to be like, yeah, someone said it. But it's facts though. It's the truth. And I'm not saying there are not good women in North America. 90% of women in North America are not really serious about marriage for genuine love. It's all about the provision, or it's all about the safety.
I'm short, so I gotta go like this. Hey, what's up, guys? Let me ask you, how do you pick up a Scandinavian girl? How do you pick up a girl from Denmark? Do you guys only like guys from Denmark, or do you like guys from other countries?
Whoa! See, it's not that hard to express your feelings. Scandinavian girls know what's up. Women from Canada and America play so hard to get. They want you to chase all the time, bro. I don't got time to chase. Passport bros is a movement that's only gonna keep growing now, because the quality of women in the said 2 countries has severely declined.
Whatever you want. I'll cook for you, wait on you, make love to you. I can make you happy, Josh. I can make you so happy. No. I'll do whatever.
Josh said no. He said no. Before my man starts talking, I just pulled up a receipt that I want you guys to see. Because you guys often hear me say this, but you know me, I love bringing a good old-fashioned receipt to the table. Let me blow this up for our screen for us. All right. Move me out of the way. Right here. And it says nearly 40% of all divorces in the United States happen among couples 50 years and older. So when you guys hear me say that, according to the Bowling Green State University Research Center, this demographic shift is known as gray divorce. While overwhelming divorce rates are declining among young people or young generations, the likelihood of couples splitting up in life has surged dramatically over the last few decades. So yes, nearly 40%. I said 36%, but they said nearly, just about, I guess, same thing. And it gives a little bit more information on the gray divorce rate, according to the Pew Research Center and the National Center of Family and Marriage Research. Highlights the key statistics about marriage ending after 50s. And here's a little bit more information on it. Wow. the ratio triples. Let's say the divorce rate for U.S. adults aged 50 and older has roughly doubled since 1990. For those adults, now let's look at this, guys. For your grandmama and them over the age of 65, your granddaddy over the age of 65, the divorce rate for ages over the 65 and older, that rate has tripled since the same time, which was 1990, making them the only demographic with a steady climbing divorce rate. I'll say this again. Your grandmama and your granddaddy over the age of 65, their divorce rate has tripled since 1990, and they're the only demographic, no matter what age, they are the only demographic where divorce is still climbing. So all you dudes that think that we too old, we just gonna be together till we die like Jada and Will, yeah, it ain't gonna happen. Even divorce lifetime likelihood. According to U.S. Census Bureau, 43% of American adults aged 55 to 64 have experienced divorce at some point in their lives between the age of 55 and 64. Annually, about 10 to 11 out of every 1,000 married women age 50 and older will go through a divorce. Out of every 1,000 married women, 10 to 11 of them over the age of 50 will go through a divorce. And 9 times out of 10, she'll be the one to file the paperwork anyway. So when I come with the receipts and you guys hear me quoting things, shout out to Ben Dixon. He said, the great divorce, that's a new trend now. Yep. He said, and if you get her post-war in her 30s, you only get 20 years, dog, before she divorces. Hey. The young boomers and the old Gen Xers. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. But I want you guys to see that, man. I want you guys to see that. You say these older women want to live their second 20s. Absolutely correct. That's why they're divorcing these dudes like this. See, when y'all hear me say it all the time, y'all be like, man, he's just talking. But now I always bring these receipts, man. He said, Dre, do you think feminism will ruin traditional family centered values in foreign countries? Yes and no. There's still a strong, like Andrea will say that right now among the younger Colombian women, they ain't got no money, but they talk like American women. I need you to buy me this and I need you to buy me that, knowing that most Colombian men ain't got no money, but they just say it because they hear women in other countries say it. But for it to come to life, it's not going to happen 9 times out of 10. In other words, that Colombian woman going to be talking about, I need you to buy me this and buy me that, but she still going to get on the back of a motorcycle. It ain't no Bentleys running around here. It ain't no convertible Corvettes, not too many. So in Colombia and other countries, they can talk that talk, but they know they're going to eventually, they're going to hop their butt right back on the back of that bike, learn how to cook, and have some kids. Now, Andrea's generation, they're still that old school, traditional, know how to cook, know how to take care of a man, was raised to take care of a man. So I don't think feminism is going to be like it is in the States. And do realize this also. When women in other countries, and some of you guys can attest to this when you see it in your country. When women in other countries talk about we want equal rights, they're still fighting for equal rights just for job employment opportunities. They're still fighting for equal rights when it comes to not being a victim of femicide, which is attack on women because they're women. So these women are fighting for rights that the women in the States fought for in 65, 75. So their form of feminism is light years behind Colombian women form of feminism. Brazil's, Chile's form of feminism is light years behind what American feminism is. American feminism is we got all the money, we got all the cars, we can divorce these men, we doing what we want, we balling, girl. That's America's form of we don't need no man. America's form of feminism. But these countries, Colombia, they just trying to keep dudes from deleting them. Man, bruh, let a Colombian dude, his girl leave him. These dudes ain't built for breaking up. I'm gonna say this again. Colombian dudes, some cool dudes, they ain't built for breakups. I have seen so many dudes delete their women or put a hit out on their girlfriend. She never cheated. Just the fact that she left him. Now, we may see that in this, but I'm telling you, it's a whole nother ball game down here in South America. Whole nother ball game. They do things to women just because they're women. That's femicide. And so they're fighting for those rights as feminists, to the right to stay alive and somebody not attack you, to where American women have already, them laws have already been passed. You attack American woman, you going to jail. Right? So at the end of the day, it's a completely different type of feminism that's taking place. It's here, but it's not like America's version. Western women feel as if they don't have to compete. This is true. While women in other countries aren't too proud. Absolutely correct. Western women come up with the phrase "pick me's." You don't hear this in another country. To hinder each other from finding a partner. That's a good point, brother. That is a real good point. My brother, Captain Marvel, says this. He say the elders have no traditional standards. Country has no traditional standards. It's only natural for the youth to not have any traditional standards. Talking about the States. Yeah, feminism is cancerous, man. It doesn't help anybody. Younger Colombian women don't seem like a good option, unfortunately. They're different from the ones 15 years ago. Absolutely correct. Even Andrea says that. Andrea's 31, she'll be 32, and she'll tell you that the new 22-year-olds and new young ladies that are 17 and 19, they behave completely different. Mr. Ray says this. He said, Andre, you got two lives. He said, you got two lives on for sure. If you've seen the comments in the other chat. Yeah, I can see them. Yep. I can see both. I can see both live streams. I can see Andrea's and I can see the vertical and I can see the horizontal right here. And all the comments of all the streams go right in this place right here, right in the middle. So no matter where you guys comment from, I can see it. Yep. Esco says this. Shout out to Esco in the building. He said American feminism was weaponized and monetized. Absolutely. You know how much money the government makes off of two incomes? I mean, two households, actually. As long as they can keep women away from men and men away from women, it's tax money they make off of that. You know how many products that are sold? You got to sell two beds. You get to sell two beds now because men live by themselves and the women live by themselves. So that's two beds. You get to sell 2 stoves, 2 refrigerators. You get to sell 2 dining room sets. Man, they are making money off of keeping people separate. And women are falling for it. Women are falling for it. He said a whole system would need to be built to support the type of feminism that we have here. Absolutely correct. And Zeta says this. He said, thanks a lot, YouTubers. Passport plantation case. Seriously, bruh. Seriously. He said the Colombian women in the 2000s, 2010s, 2015s, I miss those ladies. Yes, sir. I'm glad I scooped one up. You're one, man. I see what y'all go through with Colombian women now. I'd be like, man, bro, it was not like that before. He said, I miss those ladies. Well worth the trip to see feminine and presentable ladies in the streets. Absolutely correct. It's completely different. They don't even dress the same, man. They don't even dress the same. He said, I'm 0-2 in family court. Never will get married again, especially in the States. I do not blame you, brother. I do not blame you. I am not blaming you. Let's move this down and bring the video back.
Shout out to the passport bros. I'm not a passport bro. I'm an American married man to an American woman, but I don't judge y'all on this. I understand it. For a very long time now, you have guys that have been ran over, passed by, not wanted, undervalued, unappreciated by women for whatever the multitude of reasons in. Don't make enough money, aren't manly enough. You know the rhetoric, right? So now women are complaining because these men have gone to other countries to find suitable women for them who really appreciate what these men bring to the table in these countries. I don't see why we should judge you for that, right? You're going to find happiness when you couldn't find happiness here. So this is what I will say. There's women in other countries that find value to what the American man brings to the table. Now, if you guys could have a passport cis movement, and I just want you to think about this. If you guys could have a passport cis movement where you could go to another country and find wealthy men who wanted your hot girl summers and, you know, wanted your independence and wanted to be married to a woman that you never said what you wanted her to do or how you wanted her to conduct herself or how you wanted her to carry herself, you guys would be leaving in droves. But guess what, guys? That shit don't exist. So for my guys that are going out there and finding happiness, bro, don't care about what nobody else is saying. And for the women who are complaining about this, maybe you need to reevaluate yourself because that's why you're losing your men to women in other countries.
Before she says anything, my brother says this. He said, Dre, how are them women 35 and up ladies act out there? Completely different from the ones that are 35 and down. Me personally, just Andre personally, there are a pool, and this is in Colombia. There are a pool of women now, a group of women that are, 25 on to 35. You've got to really do a lot of vetting to find that quality one compared to how it used to be. Just got to be honest. Yes, you can get you a young woman, but bruh, you got to make sure you got the right younger woman. 35 on up. The cool part, and I mean the cool part about these women in other countries, you can get a 40-year-old with the body and the look of a 29-year-old. You can get a 35-year-old that can give a 25-year-old a run for her money in some of these countries. There are some women in their 30s, early 40s, banging. You ain't missing out. See, you get you a woman in the United States in her 40s, you're gonna have you a big girl with a cowgirl hat on, right? Okay, here we go. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Real quick with the United States. Let me show you something. pull it up. Give me a second. I know I have it here too. Here we go. This is what you're gonna get in the States. No, not that. Not that. That wasn't the one I was looking. Let me remove that. I got another video I wanted to show. That's not what I was looking for. That is not in the States. That's too much relaxation for a brother. Let me see. Give me a sec. I thought I downloaded it for the video. I thought I downloaded. I guess I didn't. I suppose I did. But you're going to get the big girls in the United States. Big girls. Big girls. Big girls in the United States. But when you go to another country and you get an attractive woman, dude, they got some women, bruh. I mean, they got women in, bruh. Hey, fellas, am I lying? Dude, they got some bad 60-year-olds in South America. You be like, man, I know she in her 60s, but damn. Am I lying? In some of these countries, you will smash somebody's grandmama with the quickness. You will smash somebody's bruh. I put a 1 in the comment section for that one. Man, they got some grandmamas, bruh, in these countries, in Brazil, Colombia, some of these Venezuela, man, these bruh, you dude. I be looking at these older ladies. What makes me laugh sometimes is the older men know that they woman still fine. And they be looking at you like, hey, that's me. That's my work. You be looking at them like, hey, Pop, I ain't got no but respect for you. He said, I just low-key bagged a 40-year-old baddie. Bruh, some nicey-niceys, man, in South America. Now, I can't say about the older women in Southeast Asia. I don't know. So I can't say. But I can tell you in South America, bruh, you are not missing a beat. That's why I be like, dudes, you do not have to deal with women in their 20s to get what you want physically. I'm telling you, you go to Brazil, if you mess with the woman in their 20s, okay, cool. But I'm telling you, you can move up into the 30s family and still have you something that's killing it. You can be with somebody in their 40s in Brazil and be like, hey, look at this. Because the one in the 40s can afford that gym membership. She stay in the gym in Colombia. She stay in the gym in Brazil. Man, listen. He said, getting with the American woman in her 40s is crazy. He said, imagine your honeymoon is with a feminist going through menopause. Menopause. She got her head in the refrigerator. Yikes. He said, and then she divorces you at 50. Just in time for the great divorce. That's a good point. I never thought about that. Montrez says this. He said, what's up, Dre? Shout out to you, Montrez. He said, I want to give you a shout out from Man. You were one of my old stomping grounds. He said, almost 4 a.m. in the morning. He said, I'm going back to sleep now. Shout out to you, brother. Have a good time in Barcelona, Spain. One of my favorite cities, bruh. Very beautiful. It got the beaches You can't beat it, man. You cannot beat it. Plus, it's so diverse. So many cultures are in Barcelona. So many cultures in Barcelona. Our brother Malwood talks in the building. Shout out to you, brother. He says, there's some baddies in Houston at the Houston Rodeo. I'm gonna tell you something. I looked at the Houston Rodeo. I couldn't tell the difference between the cows, the cattle, and the women. I didn't know if the women were there for entertainment or the women were there to perform. Because y'all had some big girls that were looking bigger than the cows, bigger than the cattle, bigger than the bulls. I'm like, oh, the ladies they're gonna be performing. What are they gonna be? Wheelbarrows? Are they gonna be barrels? So when the bull knocks over the barrel, is that what the big girl's gonna be doing? They're gonna be inside the barrel? What the heck? I mean, y'all had some big ones show up to the rodeo. Some big ones. I'm like, but hey, who am I to talk? American men love big girls. Oh, yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do. You live in a country with 70%. I was telling somebody on the live stream the other day. I said, you do know the baddest chick that you know in the United States is nothing but 2 in another country. You do know that, right? You do realize that your United States baddie is nothing but a 2 to 4 in another country. You do realize that now, right? Or you didn't realize that? I'm here to tell you. Whatever fine chick you know in the States, you know she ain't nothing but a 2 or 4 in another country. She cool for smashing, but you ain't showboating that around. I'm gonna tell you this now. I ain't never seen once, a dude bring a chick from the States that he could walk around Cartagena and act like he had a baddie. I ain't never seen all you married dudes. Congratulate, hey. You going to Medellin? I ain't never seen one dude bring his wife from the States and she was a Medellin baddie. She was looking better than the women in Medellin. I have seen plenty of you dudes bring women to Cali. I ain't seen one of y'all girlfriends or wives from the States that look like these women down here in Cali, Colombia. Not a one. And I've already come to the conclusion I will pass from this side of life before I see any of y'all bring a baddie from the States that can compete with the women in other countries. That one, you might as well, that dream, you might as well let that one go. Man, I got me a baddie. Yeah, for the United States, that's a baddie. He said, I had a 40-year-old Vietnamese woman that looks toward, bruh, facts, and I could believe that one. Shout out to Florida Gator doing his thing. He said, big facts, Dre. He said, I see a bad Abdullah. I hope I said, no, there ain't no D in it. Abelia? And Cali? She was curvy too. I don't know what I'm pronouncing that all wrong. I don't know all the words in the dictionary, not all of them. Yeah, I figured you had been there, T-Mac. I figured you've been to Barcelona. Yes, sir. He said, you sound like Charles Barkley. I'm just putting it out there. Facts on facts. Yes, sir. I ain't never seen that one. I've never, ever seen it. He said, Dre, there was one guy that brought a baddie to Thailand. Remember the couple years ago? Yes, sir. I know exactly who you're talking about. Oh, the grandma. Oh. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about now. Or what you're saying now. Okay, cool. Abuela. See how I got it right? See how I got it? Now you say Work with me, fellas. Abuela. Okay, cool. Zeta says this. He said, American woman is full makeup costume that comes to Colombia is a 1 or 2, maybe Colombia 3, maybe a 3. Colombia got them beat naturally. Yeah, naturally. Yeah, bruh. Yeah, Colombian 2 is a US 8. That's crazy. And a lot of dudes that never been here don't even realize it. Shout out to my brother, the Meek. The Meek are loved. Ain't seen you in a while, brother. Hope everything's going great with you. He said, yo, Dre, do you know the backlash that you will receive from black women if you were to call them size of a cow? I will pull out a tape measure from my pocket. I will walk around them, and then I will walk around a cow. And if the tape measure fits, ladies, okay, ladies, 70% of women in the United States are considered overweight and or obese. That's just stats. That's just 1% facts. America is a country full of big girls. And y'all love them. Y'all put babies in them. Y'all put a wedding ring on their finger. Y'all become stepdaddies to big girls. As long as they can cook Jamaican meals, or as long as they can make some curry or whatever it is you like, barbecue, y'all gonna be with the big girls. Wintertime come, y'all need something warm to cuddle up to in the wintertime. Y'all call on the big girls. Tax season, she get her big tax check because all them kids that she got, y'all call on the big girls. See, I don't criticize big women because I know that somebody is smashing them big girls. Them big girls are not getting pregnant miraculously. A lot of big girls got kids. So that means a lot of y'all dudes smashing big chicks. Big chicks. Big chicks. Big chicks. Not me, Dre. I'm just saying. Well, national TV in America wouldn't care. See, if I call them big girls on TV in America, I wouldn't care. Why? I'm on the next flight out. Wouldn't care. I would not care what women in the United States had to say about me. If I went to the United States, did a interview, if President Trump interviewed me, I would not care what women in the United States had to say about me. Why? I'm on the next flight out. I don't live there. I don't care what they got to say about me. They don't live here. And when they do come down here, I probably say 2 words to them and I'm gone. I'm going about my business. I got my life to live. Yeah, I careth not. I careth not. He said, yeah, I remember the movie Misery. I remember that movie. I was thinking about pulling that movie up for us too. He said, careful when you go to the Black Minds for Conclave. He said, come up missing because big girls, big girls in hiding behind you is hiding you. Man, listen, I'll be worried about them chicks. Seriously. My brother says this. He said, Dre, these American women not beating my 40 to 50-year-old Cambodian women. This ain't even a competition. It's a slaughter fest. I agree with you 100%. Well, he says this. He say, dudes be getting cheated on. Right. And all-time pro linebackers, by all-time pro linebackers. That's the part that get me. Y'all so used to big girls cheating. How y'all letting stateside dudes, plantation bros? How y'all let big girls cheat on y'all? How y'all got women that are hefty? Women that were part of the NFL draft How you got women that used to block Ray Lewis cheating on you? Oh man, it's sad. Shout out to T-Mac with the $10 love over on the Cash App. He said the author of Misery was not worried about, right? That's true. Was not worried about Big Chick either. But he caught her slipping. But she caught him slipping. Okay. Just be careful. Some big girls could be watching this live and planning. We gonna get him, girl. We are gonna get him. He said, apparently David said, apparently y'all forgot about the STD HIV rates in Houston. That's true too. Y'all worried about the wrong wrong thing. Goodness gracious, Houston doing bad. Let's go back to the video. Let's bring back the video.
Women, they don't cook, they don't clean, they don't do nothing. They just want to put their lashes on, get them lace fronts, look fly, do all of that stuff, but they know nothing about keeping a home. They know nothing about rearing children outside of dressing them up cute and putting them on Instagram dancing. Like, what do you know about being a mother? And it goes back to these independent women from the 80s and the 90s that did not teach their daughters how to be wives. We are the only culture that does not teach our daughters to be wives. We teach our daughters to be independent women. We teach them how to be boss chicks. We teach them how to be everything else but a wife and a mother.
Leah, Gracie, what do you think is a passport bro?
I just heard it lately about the passport bros. Like, I think they're the foreigners that from the Western that flying to the Asia to find wives.
Wives?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, what's my opinion about it? So, if they're not happy, from their country, that's okay.
How about you, Gracie?
What is passport bros?
Yeah, what do you think are passport bros?
For me, yeah, I just heard it recently while Sean watching the videos. And for me, I think there are those guys from other country that wants to come here in the Philippines. Those are the guys that are being unappreciated, neglected by those Western women there. So those are the guys that, as what Leah said, that wants to come here and find their other half and have a good life.
Okay, so Western women, they have their own opinion towards passport bros. They said that passport bros are guys that comes here in the Asia to find, weaker girls, like girls that they could easily be manipulated because these guys can't handle strong, independent women, which is the Western women. And these passport bros would go to Philippines to find, uneducated, ignorant women. What can you say about these comments that these Western women made?
That's just how we are, Filipinas. I don't think you can call it manipulate because that's just how we are.
Yeah.
We know what the duty as a wife is.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion. I don't think that some Western women say that maybe they're just not happy.
For me, because I searched the word earlier, it said that being sunod-sunuran or being a follower, someone who always follow command. Yeah. But as what they said that, or this Western women said that these passport bros are looking for submissive women. Yeah. So they go to Asian countries like that, especially here in the Philippines. But I think they named the word wrong. We Filipinas, if you have a partner, of course, if you want to have a good relationship with your partner, are you going to insist and argue with him? Yeah. I mean, it's not that we will just say yes or no because we are, uneducated, illiterate. We don't care what our feelings is. But I think it's our way to, because we choose peace ba? Yeah. Instead,
girl. If we don't start preaching back to back, I got to run her back. She said, she said, it's not that we're being submissive. It's just that we choose our peace. The other one said, this is how we were raised. You're gonna have to work with it. This is how we were raised. Bruh, I didn't understand that term. I'm telling the truth. When you're in America, American people say, well, she only does that because of you having money. Or she's only doing that because of a green card, right? That's what they say about foreign women. Until you get a foreign woman. And that woman, like my wife, man, bruh, y'all know how deep these traditional women run? Bruh, if you are at my house, Andrea is making your plate my plate. Andrea is making your drink my drink. She will come back and ask you, do you want me to freshen up your drink? You need any more ice? Why? She was raised like that. Andrea is not just going. See, I used to think that, because I'm her husband, that's why she gonna do it for. No. Her brother comes over, Andrea will go in that kitchen, she'll cook him a meal for lunch. And I might be in here, or I might be gone to the gym or something. Her dad gets the same treatment that I get, as far as if he's hungry, he's gonna get something to eat. There is nothing special when it comes to certain traits of foreign women. They were raised to cater to the men that they love in their lives, to men that are important to them in their lives. They were catered to them. I'm never surprised if I come over to some of you guys' house and your girlfriend is asking me, would I like this to drink or that to drink? I'm never surprised, because she was raised to cater to men. And I like how the one young lady said, she said, we do this to keep the peace. Bringing my man a cup of coffee, it's not a big deal. It's not as big of a deal as you women making it in the West. Cleaning up the house, it needs to be cleaned anyway. It's not a big deal. It is not a big deal. American women make a big deal out of stuff that's nothing, man. Sada says, he said, I've tried to make my plate before in the kitchen. He said, I'll get that look like, what are you doing? Man, I don't even go in there and try. Man, I'm trying to think. I think I tried to make my plate one time, man. I felt so awkward. I am so used to the woman doing womanly duties and me doing other duties. If I try to make a plate for, let me put it like this, I've never done it in front of Andrea's family. And I think maybe in the last couple of years, I probably made a plate for myself. Now, I do cook for myself. Like if Andrea's gone, of course, I do cook for myself. But I'm talking about if Andrea's cooked, the only time I've made a plate for myself is if Andrea has cooked and she has an appointment to take care of business, like a meeting, because Andrea does that a lot. Like if Andrea has a doctor's appointment that she needs to go to by 2:00, Andrea have dinner ready by 1:00. I might not be ready to eat. Andrea will come in here and say, babe, I cooked this, I cooked that, I made this, I made that, blah, blah, blah. It's on the stove. Now, those moments, but if Andrea's home, I probably made a plate for myself one time. Yeah, it's different with American women, bro. Dave says this. I'm gonna come back to you, Zeta. He says, Dre, to be honest, what tape measure could you find to fit around a sister. I don't know. He said you need polyester rope instead. He said instead of Home Depot sell it. I know, right? That rope I need the old school rope that they walk the rope with the chalk, little chalk on it, where you walk around and then you snap it and a little bit of chalk dust get on there. That's the best I can do. Zeta says this. He said, "Yeah, Dre." He said, "I was in front of the family too." He said, "And the women started. The woman stared at me just like I committed a sin. It felt awkward until I caught on, and it's how they are. Yeah, man. Like when we go to Andrea's family house, man. If I pretend I want to grab something, her family's going to make sure that I'm taken care of. If Andrea is under the weather, and this has happened plenty of times, if Andrea is under the weather, her mom will come over here, cook something. Her mom would do, she's done that plenty of times. Plenty of times. It's been times the mom be like, Andrea just go visit her mom just on some visit. And Andrea come back, my mom got this for you. She make this for you. Or got this. And you start to realize it's all part of, He said, American women say, your arms ain't broke, help yourself. Right. Yeah, that energy that they have, man. And I like how during this interview, she's giving these ladies the real, how American women talk. And these Philippine women haven't flinched. You notice that? They haven't said, well, they shouldn't talk like that about us. Or they haven't gotten upset. They haven't gotten emotional like women in the States would. Somebody, women in the States say, y'all always talking about us. Right? You notice the Philippine women, when they hear about how American women talk, these women are like, oh, okay, they don't know any better. They don't know that we're raised like this. They don't know this is how we treat our men. These women, all three of those women have not gotten upset at all. He said green cards don't count anymore. No. Nobody's tripping on that green card thing because most of us staying there anyway. You see there, Dre? Love crossing borders, Philippine. Yes, sir. The land of Ronan. If anybody knows, he should know. He say, Andrew Craig Jr. in the building. He say, no ladies interrupting or talking over each other is refreshing. That's a good point. Let's bring these ladies back. Let them talk.
To be independent women, we teach them how to be boss chicks. We teach them how to be everything else but a wife and a mother.
Leah, Gracie, what do you think is a passport bro?
I just heard it lately about the passport bros. Like, I think they're the foreigners that from the Western that flying to the Asia to find wives.
Wives?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, what's my opinion about it? So, if they're not happy, from their country, that's okay.
How about you, Gracie? What is passport bros? Yeah, what do you think are passport bros? For me, yeah, I just heard it recently while Sean watching the videos. And for me, I think there are those guys from other country that wants to come here in the Philippines. Those are the guys that are being unappreciated, neglected by those Western women there. So those are the guys that, as what Leah said, that wants to come here and find their other half and to have a good life.
Okay, so Western women, they have their own opinion towards passport bros. They said that passport bros are guys that comes here in Asia to find, weaker girls, like girls that they could easily be manipulated because these guys can't handle strong, independent women, which is the Western women. And these passport bros would go to Philippines to find, uneducated, ignorant women. What can you say about these comments that these Western women made?
That's just how we are, Filipinas. I don't think it's you can call it manipulate because that's just how we are.
Yeah.
We know what the duty as a wife is.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion. I don't think that some Western women say that maybe they're just not happy.
For me, because I searched the word earlier, it said that being sunod-sunuran or being a follower, someone who always follow command.
Yeah.
But as what they said that, or this Western women said that these passport bros are looking for submissive women.
Yeah.
So they go to Asian countries like that, like especially here in the Philippines. But I think they named the word wrong. We Filipinas, if you have a partner, of course, if you want to have a good relationship with your partner, are you going to insist and argue with him?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that we will just say yes or no because we are, uneducated, illiterate. We don't care what our feelings is. But I think it's our way to, because we choose peace, ba?
Yeah.
Instead of fighting, why not choose peace? We Filipinas, we have this culture that, we are hospitable, we are friendly, we try our best to avoid
Arguments,
fighting. So I don't think that's
me personally, submissive. I don't think it's just I don't believe that submissive means like praising your man or bow your head to your man or worshiping your man. For me, submissive is more on honoring your husband, let him the lead of the family, like that, and honor his decision. But doesn't mean that you don't have an opinion when he makes decision. Of course, we still open when like Gary, like if he makes decision, he always talk to me about it first.
Yeah.
I will share my opinion. Of course, he still be the last. The decision would be comes to him. So
yes.
Anyway, that's
So I think for the Western men, that is what they call submissive women that they are looking is someone that is, like a wife that could stay home, take care of the kids, the family, the house, take care of him. But what happens is these Western women wants to have their career too. They want to have their own money, so they don't want to stay at home. When you do that, men confidence will be lower.
Yes.
What's their purpose in this world is to, provide and take care of the family, not have a half with a woman.
That's why they have muscle, because that's their job to find money. All our job is, that's why women make babies, because that's our job, is taking care of our kids and taking care of the house and do our duty as a wife.
Yes, sir.
And this is one of the biggest annoyances that I had with the pushback against the passport bros. The idea that women from third world countries are just like, I don't know, because a lot of these people have never traveled, they just think everyone in a third world country is just so desperate. And, they see a guy from foreign and, oh my God, they just fall to it. It's just not real. All these women are just so dumb and it's just not real. It's not a reality. But when we speak about the passport bros, they touched on it. For me, the biggest thing, and you're seeing MTR come to that realization now while he's in Thailand. I don't know if he's back yet, but it's the quality of life. Now, we have to make sure we be sympathetic. Is that the word? To the people that live there. Right? So for the people that live in Thailand, it's not the same as someone that comes in with a foreign currency, I should say, sorry. It's not the same in terms of their quality of life on average is lower than ours on average. They're a third world country or second world country, and we live in a first world country. But if you come from a first world country and you can make even a below average income, and you move to Thailand, oh my God, your quality of life goes to a different level. Logic applies for a lot of second and third world countries where you can take that currency that you have in your first world country and go out there and live a life of abundance, where you can't do that in the country where you're at. And the country where you're at, the UK doesn't really do this because I just feel like everybody would just know it's bullshit. But in America, they tell you that it's the best country in the world. Are you living like it's the best country in the world? Probably not. Just living average. Right? And if you can work remotely, you can go somewhere else and live like a king. That's before we even start about dating. Just talking about life. The one life you get. The passport bros were never wrong. People just hating.
This is something we got to talk about. United States citizens are leaving the U.S. and going to other countries. Whether it's Ghana, whether it's Thailand, whether it's Tokyo, you're starting to see it more and more. This is not a drill. This is happening. And for whatever reason, people are pretty much giving up on the American dream for whatever reason. And what I've personally seen from the videos is everybody's happy. And at the end of the day, that's what you want to be. You want to be happy. You don't want to be somewhere where you're miserable, you're struggling, and it's just killing your vibe. But we really I think this is something we gotta start talking about. People will come to America because America was what they would say the American dream. And I think the American dream is now turned into the American nightmare. And when you look at these other countries, if you're cultured enough, you'll see that, man, the places are beautiful. They have the same thing, if not more. The prices split in half, probably less than split in half. And you get a lot more. But it's just weird. We have these politicians in place right now who are just really turning this shit into a third world country. Like when you have U.S. citizens that decide to say, you know what? Fuck this place. I'm out. And just uproot their entire life and go to another country that they have no clue about. And they're taking the biggest risk. But when you look at them a year, 2 years later, they're extremely happy. You got a serious problem here on the U.S. soil. That's a real problem.
Global HR platform Remote ranked the top countries that seem to find just the right balance. Norway comes in at number 5. Germany's number 4. Belgium number 3. Hello, Diane von Furstenberg. Ireland is number 2. And the country with the best work-life balance, drum roll please, is New Zealand.
All Western countries. I don't know why she even put that list together. I don't know why she put that list together of all westernized countries. Maybe she's talking about the westernized countries.
Countries are way ahead of the U.S., which, by the way, where do you guys think the U.S. on a list of 1 to 60?
Like bottom?
Where do you think the U.S. ranked?
List of 1 to 60.
1 to 60? Yeah.
Like at the bottom. Yeah.
They ranked 59th. That's down from 55 last year and 53rd back in 2023.
Well, who's 60 this year?
But the index uses factors like paid vacation leave, access to healthcare, public safety, and average hours worked per week. That's right, Nigeria, because we talked about this, is number 6.
People who work hard in Nigeria, as somebody who lived and worked in Nigeria.
But look at New Zealand versus United States. New Zealand, 86 out of 100 is how they feel. Here, we're 31 out of 100. New Zealand, 32 days of vacation. The minimum wage in New Zealand is $16.42. Here, it's $7.25. Now, the maternity leave, I think, is great. In New Zealand, 26 weeks, 100% pay. In this country, women in this country know this. It's 12 weeks and they don't have to pay you.
Right.
What's the difference of work-life balance? The definition. Life comes first and work should exist in service of enriching, not overshadowing it.
The American dream no longer exists, especially when there are significant disparities between the U.S. and other countries. Mickey D's in the U.S. employee makes $9 an hour with no benefits. The Big Mac costs $5.81. The same Mickey D's employee in Denmark makes $22 an hour 6 weeks vacation, 1 year paid maternity leave, 1 year.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Both countries are expensive. Both countries are expensive. What happened? Let's see. Let me bring it down, then I'll bring it back up.
Like at the bottom. Yeah.
They ranked 59th. That's down from 55 last year and 53rd back in 2023.
Well, who's 60 this year?
But the index uses factors like paid vacation leave, access to healthcare, public safety, and average hours worked per week. That's right, Nigeria, because we talked about this, is number 6.
People who work hard in Nigeria, as somebody who lived and worked in Nigeria.
But look at New Zealand versus United States. New Zealand, 86 out of 100 is how they feel. Here, we're 31 out of 100. New Zealand, 32 days of vacation. The minimum wage in New Zealand is $16.42. Here, it's $7.25. Now, the maternity leave, I think, is great. In New Zealand, 26 weeks, 100% pay. In this country, women in this country know this. It's 12 weeks and they don't have to pay you.
Right.
What's the difference of work-life balance? The definition, life comes first and work should exist in service of enriching, not overshadowing it.
The American dream no longer exists, especially when there are significant disparities between the U.S. and other countries. Mickey D's in the U.S. employee makes $9 an hour.
So when we're talking about two expensive developed countries. See, before we go off into this, Americans, I noticed this. We love comparing ourselves to countries that are developing. Y'all going down to them third world countries. We always hear that mess. Americans hate, and I mean hate, comparing America to some of the top 10 countries. Because America always ranks at the bottom. Every single survey I've ever seen with the top 10 economies in the world, America always ranks at the bottom. It doesn't matter if you talk about food. It doesn't matter if you talk about education. Doesn't matter if you talk about marriage expectancy. Doesn't matter if you talk about longevity of life. Doesn't matter if you even talk about employment. If you put the top 10 economies right next to each other, so America is versus countries that are like America, America can't compete. It is not the best country in the world. It's the best country for making money, and it's the best country if you want to be in the area of military protection. Yes. But look at what we do to other countries where we need to have a military like that. But when it comes to everything else, I have not seen a survey where America was at number 7 or America was at number 3. America is not in the top 10 for peace. It is not even in the top 10 for passports. It's not in the top 10 when it comes to food, healthy foods. It is not in the top 10 even when it comes to healthcare. It is not. I don't know where we get this idea that we're the best country in the world. Where? Could anybody tell me that? Where? How the hell are we the best country in the world when we don't rank in the top 10 in any list of anything that's major when we compare our country to countries with economies equivalent to ours? America versus Denmark, America versus UK, Canada, America versus Sweden, Switzerland, and Germany. America can't even beat out Germany. Can't beat out Switzerland. Can't beat out Sweden. Can't beat Denmark. Can't beat Canada. But Americans always want to compare. We always want to compare ourselves to lower tiers, either the developing countries or the third world countries. So we'll compare ourselves to Brazil, developing country. Colombia, developing country. Philippines, developing country. But we better not dare open our mouths to compare ourselves to China or Japan. You see how that works? That's why I'm never fooled when I hear Americans talking about how we are number one. In what? Well, hey, I know so. If you think it's so bad, why don't you leave? Because them people in them third world countries. If you think America is so bad, then you can shoot America. Shoot, we number one. Don't know black people live better than us. We got everything on lock. Where you gonna go? Ain't no other country for you to go to if you leave America. That's how you sell it. I sold it like that. Some of you guys may have sold it at one point in time in your life like that. Until I started traveling and I did my homework and I found out my country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, always ranks number 10 when you put it up against countries with the same GDP, the same power, the same strength, the same currency. When you put American dollar up against the pound or up against the euro, now let's talk. Not up against the peso, not up against any type of currency, any other type of currency, the ruat. No, let's put it right up against some of the top dogs, against the yen. Come on, America, let's go. Talk to me. I thought we ain't even in the top 12 passports anymore. You know what that means? That means that more countries don't F with you. If your passport value is going down, that means there are countries that used to F with you last year, but this year they decided, no, you need a visa. We don't F with you like that. We don't F with you like that. Like America put them visas on Brazil. What did Brazil say? Oh, you want to play the visa game? You want to play? Oh, let's play the visa game. But what did Brazil do? Put visas on Americans. You want to come in here? You better have a visa. You better have an approved visa. America always thinks they could put the visa game on somebody else, but then when they get pissed when another country says, yeah, Americans, y'all need visas to come in our country. If you guys think I'm kidding about America when it comes to the top 10 economies in the world, I want y'all to look it up one day. It will amaze you how America does not rank number one in anything other than making money and military. That's it. Economic opportunity and military. Nothing more, nothing less. Shout out to Coach in the building. Coach says this. He said it has the potential to being the liberal and corrupt government, but corrupt government messed it up. He said, and Canada has some of the highest taxes in the world, even more than the United States. Absolutely correct. There are countries that have higher taxes than we have. Many of the Norwegian countries have higher taxes. And yet they do more with those tax dollars than we do. What do we do with our tax dollars? We go to wars. We go to wars. It's one thing to protect the petrodollar. In other words, the American dollar, in order to trade. You got to use the dollar to trade and get oil. I understand that. You got to have a strong military. But when it comes to taxes, all that, the way that it hits us as American citizens, we'll give $40 billion to Argentina. Many of us didn't even know we knew where Argentina was on the map. We gave $40 billion to Argentina before we even shot off one rocket overseas. We've gone into and spent in the last couple months dealing with the Middle East over $100 billion, while Elon Musk slowly became a trillionaire. But y'all gonna walk around with y'all little flags, but y'all broke. You okay? Yep. And you gotta have 2,500 minimum in your bank account. Yep, absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Let's continue on, gentlemen. We're almost done.
With no benefits. The Big Mac costs $5.81. The same Mickey D's employee in Denmark makes $22 an hour, 6 weeks vacation, 1 year paid maternity leave, 1 year. Where do you get that anywhere in the U.S.? That's unheard of. Maybe 3 months max. Life insurance, a pension plan, and the Big Mac only cost $4.82. The math ain't math. It ain't adding up. I feel like with this whole American dream, we've been hoodwinked. We have been bamboozled. We have been scammed into believing that it exists, and it does not. Okay? The people, all you people from other countries who want to come here, don't do it.
She said, don't do it. Give me a sec. I'm going to take this one down and bring it back up so we can finish it off. Let's see. Let us see. Give me a second.
Coming out.
We're about right here.
I didn't miss.
Don't do it. I'm trying to see.
Pause, to breathe, to enjoy the fleeting moments with your loved ones. In many places around the world, people have the luxury of time as a guaranteed treasure, not just a privilege to fight for. Every year I take a month off, and it makes me a better worker and a happier person. For once, just imagine if that luxury was a right here too. I dream of an America where the balance isn't work versus life, but work in harmony with life.
Our family of four lives comfortably off of $1,500 a month. It's not about lowering your
This sister and her family, they moved years ago to China. They lived in Thailand for a split second, but then they moved back to China.
standards. It's about choosing countries where your money can stretch beyond paycheck on Friday at 12 o'clock to paycheck gone at 12:01 on Friday.
Why the fuck would I go back to America working all the time, barely just making it by, not even saving any money? I can just live in another country, make at least $2,000 from trading, and it's automated trading. I don't even do anything, and that way I can just live like a king and enjoy life.
Coming here to Thailand so I can just relax and be stress-free and just live. I was surviving in America. Now I'm living. I am thriving.
What do you think is the biggest difference about living in Thailand than America?
When I come to Thailand, you get treated with royalty. You get treated like a human being, not the color of your skin. Nobody judges you here. And so that resonates with me.
What happens if we actually did it? If we actually left this country to the rich? If every working class person, every teacher, every nurse, every driver, every cleaner, every warehouse worker just said, fuck it, it's yours. Let's really talk about what that would look like, right? Now keep in mind, when I'm talking about rich, I'm talking about billionaires. Their grocery stores would shut down in 3 days. And no deliveries, no restocks, no cashiers. Their kids' private schools? Closed. Because teachers don't work for exposure. No bus drivers, no flight attendants, no mechanics. This country would look like a luxury hotel with no staff. Gold chandeliers, but the toilets don't flush. Ew. And within a month, the markets would crash. Because all those billion-dollar companies, depend on labor that they refuse to value. The garbage won't get picked up. Hospitals will be full of patients but empty of nurses. Even the military, the muscle of this nation, it would fall apart because most of its recruits come from the same communities that they underpay and ignore. See, the rich own everything but the skill to make anything work. They've never had to fix a power line, drive a truck, or keep a kid alive during night shift. Their power only exists because everyone else keeps showing up. Take that away and the elite become what they fear the most. Irrelevant. So no, I can't leave this country to them because they don't know how to run it. They only know how to profit from it. And if all the people who hold this thing together actually decide to stop, really just stop, the rich wouldn't just lose their wealth. They'd lose the illusion that they were ever in control. They can't survive without us. They never could. The only reason it feels like they can is because we've been tricked into believing that this country belonged to them in the first place. If we leave, y'all are cooked. Man, maybe I kind of want to see that.
This is honestly to apologize to all those men that I thought should have just married within their communities and find a beautiful, powerful woman to make our communities in America better. I see now that, why y'all going out of the country to find a woman? Because these women don't even want to fill in the role of a woman. Can you believe that? You are next to now in your house another nigga. That's how these women are acting. And especially if they work, they got their money and whatever it is. I got my own money. That's the worst. Especially if they stay at home moms and they just start, believe me, that their grandmothers were slaves taking care of the house. Once you get that, it's over. Or especially if you have a lot of these women that blame their fathers for the bullshit that they're in today. Meanwhile, their mothers was possibly the hoes. So yes, man, I see why y'all going out of America, running, and just to find a decent human being that is not tainted. My apologies to y'all. Comment and follow.
The passport bros, they are winning because they're going over there. They already know the rules of engagement. They already know the game. So since you already know the game, you got a leg up. So instead of you having to try to figure out what's going on, nah, I already know what's going on. This over here, she gonna make me something to eat. She gonna do this. Then, whenever I come back home, this right here, for the bare minimum that this over there would do for $40. This over here thinks I gotta give her $400. Which one is a better bang for your buck?
You still gotta pay for the flight.
I don't give a fuck. I'll fly that over here tomorrow. I'll give a over here $40 on the 33rd. I'll feed a over here on the 30th of February.
First of all, young brother, you need to fly out to another country to get your teeth fixed. That's the first thing you need to do. Women in other countries do not want to be around a man with a yuck mouth. Goodness gracious, how much metal and what's wrong with your mouth, boy? B, you need to fly out the country to get to a decent barber. Oh my God, whoever gave you a fade, dude, get your money back. Get your money back, youngin. Get your money back. And C, quite obviously, you ain't flew nowhere, young boy. You ain't flying nobody into the United States tomorrow without a visa. But you're talking a good game, son. So here's what you do. Tomorrow, you go down to the post office, fill out that passport application, go down to Walgreens and CVS, go ahead, get your passport ID taken, head back to the post office, get your money orders made, make sure you got your birth certificate, go and send that package out. A couple weeks later, you're going to get your passport, young man. And then you're going to reach out to one of us, do a consultation, and then you can come out here and enjoy the women. But if you think you're going to be flying a woman in tomorrow on February 30th, little man said February 30th. Yeah, that ain't going to happen, little man. But we see what your point is. We got you.
going over there, they already know the rules of engagement. They already know the game. So since you already know the game, you got a leg up. So instead of you having to try to figure out what's going on, nah, I already know what's going on. This over here, she gonna make me something to eat. She gonna do this. Then, whenever I come back home, this bitch right here, for the bare minimum that this bitch over there would do for $40. This bitch over here thinks I gotta give her $400. Which one is a better bang for your buck?
You still gotta pay for the flight.
I don't give a fuck. I'll fly that bitch over here tomorrow. I'll give a bitch over here $40 on the 33rd. I'll feed a bitch over here on the 30th of February. Nigga. That nigga confused as fuck. It ain't no 30th of February.
I have a calendar. Never have I ever once. 30th of February. I'm looking at him like this nigga know he was. Come on now.
Not taking these bitches out on no date. I don't even know you. I don't know you. Why am I spending my money on you? You're a poor investment.
I see the whole world falling as insanity, as its grip. Voice of reason comes the enemy of state and government. I diffuse and blow explosion, TNT you must embrace. Let the truth blow in your face. Whoa, let the truth blow in your face.
Let's go. When you realize that the passport kings were right all along. We tried to tell you, President Obama, that she was going to turn on you, player. Baraki. Bruh, get your passport, man. Come on out here, man. You ain't got to be prejudiced. You ain't got to pretend no more, man. Come on out here. Your woman got you out there by yourself too many times, bruh. Your woman got she too busy being on YouTube running off at the mouth, Baraki. Come on out here, man. I got a friend that know a friend that know a friend is gonna take care of you, bruh. Come on, Baraki. Oh.
I run a very, very strict program. As a man.
Okay, froze for a minute. Don't know what's going on today, but bring that back. Got my man Barack looking bad. Got that man in the streets looking bad. Let me bring this back down. Let me bring it back up. We're almost at the last part anyway. Let me bring it right back up for us.
People are coming out.
We're about right here.
I'm on my way to Thailand.
Okay.
The truth to anyone.
I run a very, very strict program. As a man. As you should.
Only type of niggas I like is the niggas who see and do.
A real man. What's your sign?
If you and I are talking, we got about 3 to 4 months before we need to be on a vacation or take some sort of trip together. Can I have some money?
And if I say I'm hungry, do not send me no $20.
Got on my bags, what's next? I'm on my way to Thailand. I'm on my way to Thailand. Passport, flex. I don't expect nothing less. I'm on my way to Thailand. I'm on my way to Thailand.
Whether you like it or not, Passport Bros are winning. Whether you like it or not, Passport Bros are winning. Okay? They are winning. Okay, how do we know? Because Passport Bros have been doing something that many people are now accepting, which is to travel abroad. Now, of course, in the beginning, Passport Bros, they were traveling mainly to find, a good wife, a woman that was not a feminist, a woman that was a homemaker, and all that. But now people are leaving. For the longest time, people say, "Oh, why would I leave the country?" Passport Bros showed you exactly why.
Do you understand what happens to men who are single and die alone? I don't think a lot of you guys don't realize the risk, what you're doing. You're basically saying, I'm going to go through life for the next 50 years alone. No human interactions. When you die, there's no need for a casket and a tombstone and a burial plot. You'll have no wife, nor kids, nor family. You might as well just get cremated and then they just scatter your ashes and you can call it MGTOW or red pill or whatever.
Living a lone wolf reclusive type of lifestyle won't provide you fulfillment, despite what the red pill and manosphere content tell you.
When people speak about quality of life, they're often speaking about standard of living. Clean water, food, electricity, etc., things like that. There are, there's obviously definitions for this shit, right? But I completely understand what she's saying, obviously, as someone who grew up in the Caribbean. One of the biggest culture shocks, and I remember when I first came back to the UK, was not saying hello to everyone you see on the street, not saying good morning. And then coming back now, and then getting back into that kind of habit, it's because you go through so much of your life living in, especially for someone like me who's self-employed, I don't have any co-workers or anything like that. Unless I'm talking to my friends or a girl that I don't speak to anyone in real life, right? And then, family or stuff like that. But when you're here, you're speaking to random people on the beach, random people are coming up to you on the beach, is just way more togetherness. And for a lot of people, for me, I'm an introvert, don't really care about that stuff, I'll be real. But for extroverts, they would love that shit because they feed off that kind of energy, right? And that is kind of what she's talking about when she brings up quality of life, right? Do these things count? Maybe based on a different definition. But yeah, I want to get you guys' thoughts and opinions on this. Do you guys have dreams of living overseas? Would you? Could you? There are some people who can't. I don't know if I could exclusively live in Grenada, for example, right now, where I am in life mentally. I don't know if I could do it. I feel like it's a bit too slow. I've gotten used to a certain type of lifestyle. I could do 6 months. But exclusively moving back home, I don't know if I could. So it's a huge adjustment.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jay Anderson. Whenever I go back to the States, it's kind of weird to just walk past people and not say, buenos dias, buenas tardes, buenas noches. It's kind of weird, man. Like even here in the apartment, when you walk into an elevator, you speak to everybody you walk into the elevator. You do not just get on the elevator. You speak to people. I've met so many of my neighbors just conversing on the elevator up and down. And to go back to the States and then have to be quiet on the elevator. Like, what? Yeah. Cortez says, Americans talk the most, but are the most antisocial people. That is so true, bro. So true. We got everything to say to each other but hello. We got everything in the world to say to each other except the word hello. That's crazy. He said, I'm not used to that too. He said, I was raised to speak to people. Yeah. Coach says this. He said, Coach Dre, the brother needs to fly out and get his teeth. He needs his teeth fixed bad, bro. Talking about flying somebody in. He need to fly out to a dentist. He said, I get greeted by all. He said, I get greeted by a lot of people in other countries. In the States, is the mean mug. Yeah, I get that, man. I get that in the States too, bruh.
So I've been seeing a lot of content about Passport Bros, and this is just my honest opinion about it, right? American men have been telling American women all the things that they need for them, and all the American women have told the American men, like, we're not doing it. Now, those American men go to another country, they beat more submissive women, more fit women, and actually better looking women. And now the women are mad at the fact that the niggas that they may have looked down upon or looked over or walked over is now getting praised by somebody that looks better than them, is more fit than them, and more of a woman than them. So yes, it hurts a lot of American women's hearts and souls and egos to see a nigga that they thought wasn't shit go get treated like a king in another country. That's the real disdain when it comes to this whole situation. It's not the fact that niggas is going over there having sex. It's not the fact that niggas is going over there spending their money. It's the fact that somebody wants the toy that you didn't want. And you would rather the toy stay in the corner and nobody touch it rather than somebody else come and find the fun in that same toy that you discarded. That's the real reason.
I couldn't have said it any better than that. I could not have said it any better than that. Appreciate you guys being here with Andre and Andre's Love Crossing Borders on a wonderful Tuesday evening. So now you guys have confirmation that the tables are starting to turn when it comes to relocating to another country and understanding why the Passport Bros, the Blue Book Gentlemen, the expats, all of you guys that are ex-military have relocated or are traveling to other countries. People in the States are just sitting back watching, and now they understand. And one thing that they all have said tonight that they notice about us is that we are happy. They say, man, I don't care what you say about them, they look happy. You can say that they're paying or not, but they still look happy. You can criticize them if you want to, but they still look happy. That is one thing that we do not say about people in the United States doing. We don't say that about people in UK. We don't say that about people in Canada. We do not be saying, man, oh man, they look so happy back home in the States. Wow, I wish I was back home. They look happy. Y'all look miserable in the States. Miserable. Every time y'all think y'all gonna have a good day, y'all gotta walk out the door and drive past those gas prices. Ooh. It's gonna take you 45 minutes to get to work because of that traffic. Ooh. Then you thought you was gonna get off work in 8 hours, and they want you to do a double overtime. Ugh. No wonder y'all don't look happy. That's one thing I can say. Y'all do not look happy. I think I'm gonna start harping on that one. I'm gonna start harping on that one with Americans. That's one thing we do not look. We might look like we rich. We might look like we got which most of us know we all aren't rich. But I'm telling you one thing, we do not look happy. And the people that have half of the economics, a third of the economics that we have, look happier than we do. Wow, man. That is wild. You say, Dre, your style deserves the Medal of Freedom. That suit combo is super dope. Yes, sir. My brother says, thanks for the video lesson, Dre. Peace, bro. Peace to you guys, man. You guys get a good night's sleep tonight. Don't be up too late. Make sure you guys get a good night's sleep. He said, I guess it's also the Southern in me. Yeah, used to speaking to people. Yeah. Real Captain Marvel says this. He said, Dre, the chemicals in our food mess with our mood too. That's true too, bruh. That is true. I even see how different animals act outside the States. Animals in the States pick up on energy. I have, dude, if I had $1, and I mean this, for every pit bull I've literally walked past in Colombia with no issues. You know, in the States, ain't no way I'm crossing the street. I don't care if you, I don't care if you got a muzzle on that dog. I am walking across the streets. I have walked past more pit bulls that were with their owners and that were by themselves, minding their own business. No issues. The dog's energies are completely different, dude. Now, is it safe to walk past all pit bulls and dogs aren't barking? No, I'm not saying that. But I am saying it's not like the States. Yeah, right. I know, right? Brother David says this. He says, side note, Drake, doing his best Shaft impression. I know, right? I want to talk about Shaft. Shaft impression. Even though he's 6 feet, and that's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I'm only talking about Dre. Nice fit, brother. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it, gentlemen. Yeah, I figured the red and blue combo will work out tonight. Shout out to you guys that supported by way of PayPal, Cash App, Super Chats, as well as Bitcoin. Appreciate you guys being here tonight, man. I really do. Let's make sure that we got everything set up. Okay, let's get ready to do some outro videos. I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's episode is about our brother Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard said, I am out. I'm done with the United States. I'm done with this acting thing. I am through. I might not make no more movies. I'm not going to do another stage production. I'm done. I'm out. Me and my family, we gone. We gone. We're leaving America. He is serious. So we're going to look at that, man, and see why is Terrence Howard so serious about leaving the United States behind? And what country is he considering? So we're going to look at that tomorrow, man, because there's a lot of people that are serious about, you know what? I'm up out of here. I'm done. I'm through. I said I'm through. So we'll be seeing that tomorrow, man. Let's get ready for the outro video. Let's try. We haven't done this one in a while.